hello. Hey guys, what's going on? This is your girl with one of her impromptu lives. Oh, I hope you guys aren't busy. Come on in and chat with your girl for a second. Come on in, come on in. I have to, t- I have to ask. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I know. I didn't give any notice because I didn't think I was coming on. But because something has come to my attention, I want to find out if you guys know what I know. Oh my God, who do I have? Hey, Veronica. Hey, J626. What's up? Hey, Mrs. Clay. How are you? Come on in, guys. Tez Allen, how are you? Oh, wow. Right on. Thank you guys so much for hopping on with your girl. I want to talk to you guys about something. You may already know, but I want your opinion on it. Hey, Miss Clay. Not only Miss Clay, anyone would like to come up and chat, feel free. Let's see. Come on in, come on in. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Mrs. Clay, if you would like to come on the panel, that would be awesome. If you want to chat, let's get some more people in with us. Before I get this started, come on in, come on in. Oh, let me take myself off. Come on in, come on in, come on in, people. That's right, J626. You always look out for me. Thank you, thank you. Yes, guys, I guess I have to start saying that again. Please hit the like button. Really appreciate it. Let's see if we get some more people in here. What's going on? Mrs. Clay, how are you?
Hey, Lady D, how you doing? Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
Good. Glad you're on the panel. I want to ask the chat about the couple of videos that have come my way about, of course, R. Kelly. So I want to, hopefully we get some more people in here. But I swear, this one individual has just blown my mind. So come on, guys, because I want to ask if you guys have seen it. And while I'm waiting for that, how are you guys doing? So far, so good. A good week. I hope, I pray it's all well for everyone. It's all good. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Hey, Hair Options G, what's going on? Hey, have you guys been on these internet streets? We're just going to get into it, man. I'm just going, I can't wait. Did anyone see, what is his name? The Little Grown Boys Live. I think this was last night or early in the wee hours. When was it, Tamara? Did you see it? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lady D. I'm here. Yes, I
Oh,
seen
you're
it.
not there? Okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Has anyone seen within the last 24 hours?
Can you hear me, Lady D?
Yeah, I can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay. Yeah, I said I seen it. Yes, I seen it.
Okay. So, within the last 24 hours, guys, there have been a couple of videos. And Little Grown Boy even put up, I love the one today better than yesterday. Is that just me? So, which is shocking, I know, right? Please have you guys seen the Little Grown Boy and Levi? Now, I'm not on YouTube. I don't even watch those channels. But a couple of videos came to me and I actually watched. Did anyone see? No, please share. You guys hadn't seen it? Okay, now the one with Levi, of course, is about 3 hours. We're not doing that, okay? But he's showing a video that I was wondering if you guys saw with Little Grown Boy. So I don't have to show that because that's basically what I want you to see. But with Levi, he did make some key points as well pertaining to it. So since you guys are interested, we'll watch and see how much we can stand. And you'll know what I'm saying. Because it was brutal. It was brutal for me to get through it. You know me. I'm the person get to the point. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person. All that extra and you lose and you forget that the subject is not about you. That kind of worked my nerves. But they did come back and let it be known. And there's some, of course, there's no name callings, but some things that you will hear kind of surprise. I don't know who it is, but I want to get your opinions when you hear this. If we even get to that part, because you know Levi, he long-winded. No disrespect, Levi. You cool. I'm just saying. Let's see. And I hope you don't mind me playing this. I'm not a blogger. I'm not trying to take nothing. Your content was on point, and I think something like this needs to be shared. That's why I tell people do not give up just because you're not hearing anything about Robert. Please don't forget that this crap was wrong, what was done to him. So I can't see why it's over and he's still in prison. So as long as he's still in there, I think we need to continue to talk about that man and keep bringing light to the man was set up. Now, what I'm about to show you and what you're about to hear, if you didn't see it, if you have seen it, cool. Let's educate the ones that didn't see it. And one of the people, the Little Grown Boy, we all know his role in this. But Tamaria, did you get this from him? He was reacting because he really thought it was the truth. Do you agree?
The truth about what?
With how he got so caught up and involved in it. From what I got, he really thought what was being told to him was the truth.
Yes. He thought, yes, he thought.
Did you get that? Okay, so you
guys
guys let us know if you also feel the same. Now, I may hop in and out because, like I said, this thing is kind of long, and I really want to show the live from today as well. So we'll see if you all get it's just certain things that Levi is saying. I don't want to skip forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you really just have to deal through certain parts. And trust me, I can relate to you. Again, Levi, no disrespect, but all right. This is what they call this. Wait a minute, I have a disclaimer. Don't I have a disclaimer? Yes, I do have a copyright disclaimer. And it is scrolling at the bottom. I'm getting it, girl. I'm learning this. I'm learning it. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Man, but did it blow your mind, Tamaria?
Who, Levi or Larry?
Larry.
Somewhat, yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, that's what I like about what was said.
Absolutely.
He's not saying kumbaya, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's
what Mr. Kelly said. He don't want you to say that he's guilty or not. He wants you to see that what they did was not right. You see what I'm saying?
And that's what this guy is saying. It's not, and that's all we've been saying. How long we been preaching that?
4 years.
I just said it the other time. Last time I was on. Wrong is wrong. This is wrong.
Absolutely.
I keep saying it because wrong is wrong. And knowing this man's role, it blew my mind. So I had to come on and just chat with you guys about this. Like I said, some of you probably already know. And Let's see. All right. Let's see here. So now this is, as you can see the title, Levi is responding to Larry's morning live, the live that I was going to show you, but because he's basically showing it, there's no need to. So that's why Levi is giving feedback. Okay. So check this out, guys. Let me know if there's any interference you can't hear. Let me know and we'll work it out. Oh, wait a minute. I got to skip past all this, though. Hold on. I want to get to the talking because that's what it's about. I get it. I ain't taking from that. Y'all want to see the introduction. Y'all know Levi Page.
That does not excuse anyone to.
Okay, wait a minute. Did I skip to? Did I go past?
A minute after I play this video.
Wait a minute. Let me play with
I apologize for chewing in y'all ear. Stop, boy, before you.
Oh,
stop.
Lord, I didn't even catch that.
I apologize, you guys. But let's get right to it.
Thank you.
Let me start off by saying that.
Hey, everyone that's coming
I normally
in.
come on and read your names. What up, Simba? What up, Dole?
Catch up with us.
And that's the normal formality where you read the names. This, that, and that. I want to say from the beginning.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
And,
I'm trying to get to the meat and the potato.
That does not.
Okay.
It is about.
Where's Levi?
I want to point out something very important because, you know, this whole R. Kelly thing. Come here, boy. This whole R. Kelly thing has been going there with them.
Well, see, I told you can't even skip. Don't miss
this whole R. Kelly thing has been nothing but
let it play. Let it play, lady, because you're gonna miss
a lot of you.
You're gonna miss something.
And just like with any journey, you get to certain junctures, you get to certain cross streets, you get to certain intersections on the interstate. That if you make one wrong turn,
this analogy,
you'll find yourself going in a direction.
I got at least. I'm gonna try.
That is totally opposite of the direction that you set out to go in. And the truth of the matter,
I don't mean no disrespect, but you know, I want. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go.
There's a lot of people that can't have an open mind.
Okay, so even if I go back,
one victim.
And but he was on, you know, his time being Central or you know, Las Vegas time. He was on like earlier. You feel me?
Can you guys hear?
And
can you hear?
It was actually dark, I believe, when he started the video off and his live off, and then he was in his truck.
All right,
and
now I'm gonna mute myself.
When he ended, it was daytime. So before the sun came up, he started speaking. And it's about a 40-minute live. I'm not going to play the whole live, but I wanted you guys to listen to the context in which he was speaking and listen and take notes of a lot of things that he was saying, because I want to address those things. And I want to address more things as it pertains to what he's talking about. And I'm going to offer my those things that I disagree with him on.
The commentary.
Because, like I said, it is about
that's talking.
Individuals or us as a collective having your own opinions. That's cool. It is without a doubt. This is about everyone being entitled to their opinions. You feel me? However, excuse me, while we may be entitled to our own opinions, that does not excuse anyone to offer an opinion that they know is a lie, or offer an opinion that is designed to throw people off, or offer an opinion that is just slanderous. It's just slanderous.
Guys, please pay attention, because what he's saying is really, you got to listen. And we know it's Levi, but put all the personal feelings aside. What you're about to hear, this is critical, because this is what we've been saying. And this is going to come from someone that was definitely in opposition. Okay? So it's very important to listen to what's about to be said, because what's happening, they're confirming what we've been standing firm on this channel since Robert cases began. Okay, so please listen.
So we're going to get into this, but I have to really show you guys something today. And I'm going to start off with Larry's video, hopefully, so you guys will have a full understanding. I'm not going to play the whole video, but you'll have a general understanding of why I did this live. Where is it at? All right, here we go. I want you guys to listen to this and let me know if you can see it. And we will go from there.
I'm able to let victims stand on their own. One victim abuse and conviction is one victim abuse and conviction. And let me explain to you why I'm able to do that. Because I was involved in this from a blogger's perspective, and I've personally watched certain people, right, compartmentalize. Yes. I've watched them hide behind other people's abuse. But a lot of people can't do that. It's a lot of people that can't change their mind. It's a lot of people that can't have an open mind. And then it's a lot of people that, how can I say this? It's a lot of people that don't give a fuck. I get that too. And a lot of it comes from anger. I know it does for me. I've personally been all around this country dealing with people from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago. I was in what's the north suburb of Phoenix? All that shit. What I'm saying is to say this is that should no country ass nigga been able to get one over on me? What up, Sid? What up, Sid? It should have never happened. Cause I'm smart enough to be able to peep shit, but I couldn't see this shit, right? A lot of people are not able to compartmentalize the abuse. And then, it's a lot of victims that reach out to me and they mad at the motherfucker, right? And they want to know more. But every time I do a video, I think about it and then I take it down because I should just move the fuck on and just like go do some other shit. And if I wouldn't figure out new shit every single day, then I probably would just leave it alone. But man, we really got a number done on us. We really did.
Listen to them, guys.
I'm gonna give you an example of something that I figured out yesterday. And I was talking to some people last night, probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. Let me tell you. I was watching an interview the other day, and it was the only interview like one of these parents did, and they was interviewing from the news in Tampa. So he was telling the story. It was after surviving R. Kelly, and they was like, well, we met with the government and we turned over pictures and different things like that. So then I listened to it and I rewinded it. It was like we met with the government and we turned over pictures. We met with the government and we turned over pictures. We met with the government and we turned over pictures. So then what clicked in my head was that the victim in that case, she testified not once, not twice, but 3 times under oath that her parents had her making videos and pictures of the defendant. So then what clicked into my head was, in this in particular portion of his case, this dude is probably convicted based upon pictures and video that the parents told the victim toward and take in order to blackmail him, and then you took those same pictures and gave them to the government to indict him. In the chat, what do y'all think about that? Am I missing something? Could it have been other pictures? Well, what other pictures would you have? What other pictures would you have? Because you certainly couldn't have got them from her. She's still living with him. You have no access to her. And why would you have pictures and video of him? But then I had to think about it. When I thought about what we've been reading, the text message that was put out, it says in the text message that she's getting ready to leave to get on the airport, and they're encouraging her to leave a phone at home and tell him that you left the phone. So that's why I keep on reading that shit, because that's why I keep reading it. You know, that's why I keep reading it, because it bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, I know we made a mistake, but how big of a mistake did we make?
A 30-year one. 30.
And no one's interested. No one's probably really interested in the truth. Like, people have made really the sector that we was in, they've made it personal about them. You know, it's about what they got going on personally. But I'm still more interested in figuring out, in this portion of this in particular case, the truth about what happened. I'm not meaning to harass nobody. I'm not meaning to make someone relive abuse. But if you really think about it, we don't know what happened. Let me give you another example. When you read the testimony of Kennick on the cross, right? And you hear Kennick ask the victim, she said, after your initial encounter with R. Kelly, when the next time did you see him? She said that she didn't see him. This is under oath. She said she didn't see him anymore until she left. And I read that probably 100 times, because I was like, did he say the question wrong? Did he word it wrong? Did they type it wrong? Did the stenographer get it wrong? Because I had to go back and I had to look at the direct, and then I had to go and I had to look at the text. Like, the first day, you can't say for sure, but it doesn't even seem like I'm not gonna lie on nobody. I'm not gonna do that. But it seems to me that, it seems to me that she didn't even come home the first night. After whatever happened with the police coming up there, she pretty much told her mom that she's going to dinner. So then I had to go look at something else, because they asked her on the stand, like, how did you feel after he did what he did to you and you was in your sweaty gym clothes? It didn't seem to me like she was twisted. She hopped in a Sprinter van and went to dinner. And then, you know, she left her parents in the parking lot until like 12 o'clock at night. You know, and then her mother is texting her in the morning like, hey, did you make it to school? And it's checkout time, and she says, I was sleeping. And the mother was like, you was sleeping at school? And she was like, yeah, that's neither here nor there, you know. And since he had such sucky lawyers, they could easily went to the school to get the school records to see if she actually attended class that morning. You know, but then she comes home supposedly from school is what she told her mother at 1 o'clock, and she leaves at 4. And the mother is basically sending weird, crazy messages like, you know, do what you want to do. I don't care. But then this is what killed me, because she tells the she then tells, but remember, she told Koenig she didn't see him anymore until she left to go out of town. But then the third day, the mother then lets her not go to school. She goes back. Could have been the third or the fourth day. She goes back to the hotel on a school day, and I guess it's between 8 and 11 o'clock. He don't answer the phone. And the mother is arguing with her about how disrespectful it is, and she's sleeping in the car for 3 hours in the rain. So it's just stuff like that. People wonder, like, man, why won't you like let it go? Because it bothers me. It's like, and of course she would answer that way, because if she was in court and the text messages had not been on display, well, at least she didn't hear it, anything about it in her direct from what the question she would ask, and he didn't read it. So naturally, that's why she would, you know, answer those questions that way. Yeah, you would say, you know, I didn't see him no more until we left, but that's not true. In actuality, you're seeing him every day that week, and your parents let you check out of school and let you go up there to the hotel at the age of 17 with a 50-year-old man. You know, I have no doubt. Well, I'm gonna say allegedly. There's um, deals. It's got to be some kind of deal. It's something that we're missing. It's something that we don't know. It's something that we're missing. You know. Um, what do y'all think? Because I don't know. It bothers me, and I don't care to do the. I don't care to do the. You know, get into people's stuff, like kind of like back into the real world things I'm trying to accomplish, and I just got to get back into, you know. You know, So you think about this, man, and you watching this shit, and then another thing, I've been trying to figure out, like, when did he become a monster? You know, please don't say in my house. That's another thing that bothers me more than anything. Please do not say that he became a monster at my house. And I don't know when he became a monster to the parents. You know? Yeah, like, okay. Now, you know, when did she attempt to? We all learned that there was no drowning in the tub over a boy. You know, it was confirmed that it was I tried to kill myself, but it wasn't about the boy over the corner. Turns out the boy that's supposed to be around the corner, that's the boy that stole the phone, and he lives across town and goes to a whole other high school. So it's just fucking, it's like, fuck.
Wow. Now I didn't know that wasn't true. Now that blew my mind about the tub situation. I didn't know that was a lie until today, until I saw this.
Yeah, they been said that was a lie.
And she's talking about in the interview, nobody starts off, since we have been conception of fucking, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, when did he become a monster to these people in this portion? I can understand, listen, if you are a minor and you met this guy on your own and he took advantage of you and he did things to you, I get it. I 100% get it, and I'm 100% on your side.
That's
but
right.
If there's a liaison that is, you know, your parent that's facilitating your abuse, whether directly or indirectly. Hold on 1 second. Hey, what's going on? So, you know, that's what I mean by compartmentalize. Like,
I apologize, you guys. Listen, I'm trying to find something very important on my computer, and this video is almost over with, and we're going to talk about it. But I want to say this to the people who are listening to Larry the Grown Man. I am not a PR person for Larry the Grown Man. Larry the Grown Man's thoughts are his thoughts. However, for one, I feel that this video is very monumental and very telling as it relates to someone who was right there in the mix, in the middle, who was privy to certain information, and who was one of the most staunch opponents.
Yeah, that's right.
Staunch opponents of Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
As I continue this video and we're going to talk about it, I want you to put this in perspective.
That's right. He said
that is, one thing I have learned in life is that if you're not for what is right, you're not for what is right. There are two kinds of people on this planet. I don't care what race, what ethnicity, what profession, what tax bracket they fall in. There are only two kind of people in every single country, every village in this world. You'll find them all over the earth. You'll find two kinds of different people all over the planet. And that is those who are for what is right and those who can care less. They have no desire to weigh right from wrong, good from evil. They have no desire. Those scales do not exist in their minds. because they can care less. So I'll further this, but I want you guys to finish listening to Larry, and we'll go from there.
Because I'm, you know, you're at my house and you're talking to him.
Listen to this, guys.
The day that you stop talking to him, that you stop talking to him was at my house. So that's the day. I know the day that he became a monster to her. But it has to be staged. Like, I'm not, it wasn't that informative. There was no reason to have I don't know if Andrea was kept out of the trial because I don't know all of the girls that testified. I don't know. That girl has her own abuse. She has her own abuse, and the story about Valerie is a complete lie. So it's kind of a hearsay situation. But you got to think about this. Okay, Warrior. Now, in Kennick's testimony, he asked her about Valerie. Did your parents ever talk to Valerie? Did they ever FaceTime with Valerie? Did they ever email Valerie? Did they ever, did they ever have contact? Did they ever have contact with Valerie with the concerns about what would happen to you? Like what, let me give you an example. You have a kid and your kid comes and she says, hey, I want to spend the night over my friend's house. In your mind, before you ever even meet the parents, you kind of know what kind of household this is. Of course, you're going to say no if the kid has older brothers, older sisters. That's like an automatic no. Or if you've seen the parents at the school and they look ratchet, you're going to be like, nah. You see what I'm saying? So if your kid's going out of town and it's a possibility that, the person she's going out of town with has alleged abuse at that point, just alleged abuse, that you would naturally say no when it comes to your daughter. And you might think about it if it comes to your son. Me, I'm saying no, that's another thing. Okay. Warrior, that's another thing. So we were told on Surviving that this is the story, that they sent the daughter initially when first of all, they skipped 6 months. So they sent the victim out of town with her sister for the first time because she can't travel alone. And if you go to Cherish Love page, it's an interview that they both did that is with, my people. I hooked that interview up. These some real estate moguls out of Georgia. A lot of y'all might know Jay Morrison, right? So Jay Morrison and his wife been in several Tyler Perry movies. Really, really, really cool people and shit. So she only did 3 interviews. She did the interview on Surviving. She did the interview with the Tampa News, and she did this interview with Jay Morrison and his wife I hooked that up. It's all 4 of them, you know. What's up, Cardi? Every day is a good day. Every day is a good day. Let me take this off. You know, but when I watched this interview, especially the Terrence interview, a lot of y'all not gonna watch it because it's long, and I know y'all irritated hearing his voice. I know I do. But in that video, he tells us that Jane Doe number 5 leaves in 6 days. She tells us this, but everybody on YouTube misses it. She tells us that she leaves in 6 days. Go watch it.
Hey guys, I'm seeing some in the comments. You know, we all know Larry's role. That's not the point here. Larry had a lot of people. You had a lot of opposition, and they were all part of his team. And for that man to come out and admit that they screwed up, and they screwed up royally, because he believed what was brought to him. This is what this is about. That's huge. Because so many people believe what he was spewing. Lots of them. When we would come live, those, what they call them, old people, would just come over into the chat. And so he's letting them know we messed up. Whether they agree with him, and this is what he's saying. He's not saying, oh, we buddies, oh, kumbaya. That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that man shouldn't be in prison, period. That's why I was telling you guys, get your personal feelings out the way. You got to listen, because this is huge. And this is a very long live, and we may not get to all of the, this entire live. So that's why I want you guys to know this man is taking care of business, and there's a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes. You heard him say it. He wanted to move on and forget it. I keep telling you guys, wrong is wrong. That man shouldn't be in prison for no 30 years for what? So he's not educating us. This is all we've been saying. This is for those that didn't believe what we were saying, that be in the bushes, always have some negative to say in the chat. That's for them, because this is their guy, not ours.
Absolutely.
This absolutely is not our guy. He's not educating us.
Right.
That's not for us. That's for his people. He letting them know, chill out. We were wrong.
And Lady D, also, as we've been saying for all this time, how could somebody do somebody like that and don't have a conscience? This letting y'all know this man has a conscience.
Exactly.
But for whatever reason that he has a conscience, he's coming out. Those people who did it, they don't have a conscience, or they can't say nothing because the government didn't threaten them and said if they say anything, they going to jail.
Exactly.
Because anybody with a conscience will come out and say what this man is saying.
Exactly. Especially someone in his position. You see what I'm saying? He was like the head of those people that was spewing that and all the hatred. Because that's what we kept trying to tell them. If it was real, we feel the exact same way. We felt like they did if it happened. But we knew it didn't add up. And now he did what we did, what he didn't do at the beginning. He started educating himself. He started reading the transcripts. He wasn't just going on what another blogger said and ran with it. He started doing his own reading. And it blew his mind. He said, it's not adding up. He comparing this with that. He educated himself. So I tell people, stop jumping on bandwagons. Do your own homework. And every time it's going to come like this here.
And he's doing exactly what the appellate court is going to do. That's exactly
Amen.
what they're going to do. With a
Amen.
clear mind, they don't know. This is exactly what they're going to pair this up with that. They're going to look at that. They're going to look at the transcript. They're going to look at that stuff. They're going to see what's going on.
Thank you.
That's exactly.
That man feels badly. This man is in jail 30 years for what? He shouldn't have been in there a day. That's why we keep coming on here. That's why I keep saying, and I know you guys, a lot of you are like, damn, this girl still talking about, are you serious? Everybody through talking about him. Not me. I wasn't. When I do come on, the little time that I do come on now, he's still mentioned. And I'm not going to stop until that man walk out of those gates. You can't just forget. No. That's why this is this live. Levi's live now. He's showing Larry's part now. But Levi is going to come on and he has some excellent points. You got to listen though. Don't judge either party. That's not what it's about. That part is irrelevant. It's the content that's so important. And it needs to reach these people that really thought that what Larry was putting out there was 100. But what Larry is saying, I got played and I can't believe it because I know I'm smarter than that. That's what he said. I can't believe I let a country boy get over on me. Maybe you missed it. Play it back or go to, this is Larry's channel or Levi's. So let's finish. Someone has something to say before we go back? Y'all good? Y'all ready for me to go to the next video or you cool? You still want to hear more? Because I basically just said what it is, but you want more? Tamaria? Chat?
I'm good, lady.
You guys want me to continue? Or should I go to the next video? You guys get it? Or should you want to hear more what's happening here on Levi's channel? Yes? All right, let's see. Let's give it a few more minutes. You good, Tamaria?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
She tells us the truth of everything we know now. And the father cuts her off, cuts the interview off and was like, no, she did not just leave in 6 days. She had an adult with her when she left. And I just looked at this shit and I just was like, man, this is bad. Because they did ask her on the oath when you left, was an adult with you? And she said no under oath. And it's just like this whole time we just been around here getting fucking lied to. Well, let me not stop right there. That's how I feel. I'm just talking about the facts of what we've been told. So the daughter is supposed to be the daughter's supposed to leave with her. Remind you, they skipped 6 months of abuse. They fast forward and they say that the daughter leaves. The daughter wakes up and her minor sister is not where she is supposed to be. So she's angry. She doesn't wake up and call, Dad, I woke up and she's gone. Or Mom, I woke up and she's gone. And so she's my daughter. My sister is not here. This is our first time being around this man. He's of age and my sister is gone. Right then and there, if we had known better, we would know that was a lie because the sister has been going with this nigga for 6 months already. So, but let's continue with the lie. Okay? So she gets up and she goes to the hotel and she's pushing her way through. And as she's going through the hotel, she's searching rooms and there's girls in the rooms chained up and peeing in buckets, right? And when she discovers this, R. Kelly team gets her. R. Kelly slaps her. Then they kidnap her and take her behind McDonald's and throw her in the alley at McDonald's. And she said she didn't tell her parents right then. She waited to tell them because R. Kelly said he was going to kill everybody. He's going to have a murder.
Right, that's not funny, but this shit is hilarious.
So she eventually tells her parents, and they fly up there on the first thing smoking, and they checking her. They didn't check her body, they check her arms, because they said in one interview, I think it was Gayle King, the first one, that R. Kelly put makeup on their arms and to cover up bruises, and we all ate that shit up. Man, we ate it up. You monster! And I have no doubt that he's fucking a lot of things that these people say he is. I get it. I'm talking about this, though. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was involved in. This is what I'm privy to. So I'm discussing this. Okay? So now they fly up there the next day and they smooth everything over. Like, think about that. People in the chat, you're human. You have just told your mother, like, listen, these niggas beat me up, kidnapped me, and threw me in an alley. Right? How could you fly to Chicago and fucking smooth that over?
Thank you. Told you guys she won't make it.
How do you smooth that over? Hey man, hey Kels, I need to talk to you, man. That shit you did to my daughter was bogus, man. You kidnapped my fucking daughter, you punched in the stomach, man. And you and your friends beat her up and threw her in McDonald's. But it's cool though, man. It's cool, man. We're just gonna let our other daughter stay here. But she gotta be with somebody
that McDonald's, boy.
He's making a perfect point. See, people want what we did. So, like I said, this is not for you guys, because we know, but we don't know who's watching. So let's educate them. Because this is all we've been saying. So nothing he's saying is surprising to me anyway. But maybe some of you, I don't know, but not to me.
Exactly.
And all he's doing is showing you how ridiculous, and that's all we kept saying. We even giving you examples like him. How can you smooth something over like that if your child calls you and tells you what this man has done to her, tossed her, beat her, threatened her, and he gave a perfect example. That's how you gonna handle it? Yeah, Kels, come on now, man. Come on. It doesn't add up. So please, guys, listen.
Dog, hey man, I got this lady, from Sony. Well, cool, man. As long as you got the lady, man, I don't need to meet her. I don't need to talk to her text message, man. As long as she, you know what I mean? Long as you make sure that she's with my daughter, I don't need a telephone number. I don't need to call her, and I don't need to text her. Well, later on, we found out
I'm sorry, because I have to jump in and say this right there at that point. I think that is one of the points I want you guys to retain as I give my overall take on this. And that is, Larry the grown man just said, according to the testimony, which I've read, which is facts, that the person that the parents claim they sent their daughter off with, which you've heard this in several interviews, including the main interview, which was a Lifetime docuseries, He points out how that individual, according to what was testified to, the parents never spoke with that individual, never text messaged that individual, never did a FaceTime with that individual, and never met that individual. Not even a conversation on the phone with that individual. So as I finish this, I want you all to imagine when we were minors, we went to our parents and we said, can we go to the park? Can we go to the carnival with Lil Johnny's? Can I go to the carnival with Lil Johnny? Can I go to the carnival with Lisa? Can I go to for the females? You would ask your mother, could you go somewhere? To the males, when we were children, can I go to the amusement park? Everyone listening to this, I don't care if you're black, white, or Puerto Rican, your parents' first response is, who's going? Who's taking Lil Johnny? Who's taking Lisa? Her mom, his mother, his mom and dad, her mom and dad. What is the first response that our parents always say? Well, I'm about to go around there and talk to them.
Lady, did you see Renata in the?
If they know the person pretty well,
oh yeah, no.
They'll call the mother, and mother will get on the phone. Yeah, it's gonna be no problem. He don't need no money, girl. She don't need no money. But we're going to see the point. We're going to Six Flags. We're going to Disney World. If you got $400, we're going to Disney World. We got everything else. All he needs is $300, $200 for his food or her food. But that is absolutely unheard of with any parent, that they would send their child off with a phantom, someone they've never spoken with, seen, talked to, FaceTime. Now, that is not Levi's opinion. That is what's documented. And I want y'all to put that on the table as I explain this entire setup. Someone said to me the other day, they said, Larry the grown man is saying free R. Kelly. I said, hell no. Y'all just heard what he said. He's never said free R. Kelly. He's only speaking on one aspect of the overall picture. He's only speaking on that which he knows. He's not speaking on what Levi knows or you know or you know. He's only speaking on that which he witnessed himself. And in witnessing what he witnessed, then with the advent or the text messages coming out, along with other things prior to investigating it and looking deeply into it. What's up, Brother Adams? He had to draw a conclusion. He had to use his discernment to come to his own conclusion. And that is a conclusion that no one in the world can refute. And that is one man. All of this started in the mind of one individual. One individual. I want y'all to listen to me. Whenever you have a group of people, 2 people, 3, 4, 5, who embark upon a crime, be it a bank robbery, a murder, robbing a trap house, whatever. If it's 2 or more, just know that that crime originated with one individual. There are 5, 6, 7 people that know each other who are in prison right today for committing crimes that they were all a part of. You've seen it. You've seen the faces on the screen of 5, 6 people, and they show all their faces. Well, out of all those 5, 6 people, their faces, The idea to commit that crime started in the mind of one of those individuals who told another individual, who told another individual, but it always starts with one mind, one person.
And guess what, Lady D? I'm sorry. Could you pause that for
And
1 minute?
that person, I say.
See,
What?
you guys coming in late, you don't realize we would love to kind of fast forward, but this live has so much crucial information that needs to be said. We don't want to skip over it. So we might have to do this in parts because I don't think I can take it. But go ahead.
Lady D, I would just wanted to say what Levi's saying. What he's saying about all them coming together like that and did what they did, they actually was the RICO against Mr. Kelly.
Didn't Larry say, or was that Levi that said
Levi
something?
just said, well, Levi's saying right now.
Okay.
He started it and he put his whole family in it together to extort R. Kelly for money.
Yeah, sure.
This whole thing was to extort him, and then he used his daughter.
Yeah,
he used his daughter.
He sure did. And
absolutely.
This is what Larry is saying. But that goes back to what we were saying. I never, only thing I hated about what they call the opposition, they were one-sided. No one did their homework.
No,
it's just that it sounded so disgusting.
They were going off of whatever happened to them. They were going off what that part over there because it came out that those people were molested.
Damaged. Okay.
Did all that. It came out that they were, and they was using their stuff to putting all their stuff on R. Kelly like he did that to them.
And
he was a monster and all this stuff, but this stuff didn't happen like that.
Exactly.
And that's what Larry is saying. And pushed their stuff on that man and pushed their daughter on that man and lied about her age and lied about all that stuff. Lied. He did not know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
fake IDs. The police said that she was, all this stuff.
And Larry bringing all that. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's so. He's not educating us because he's just catching up to some we already know. But because he was so much a part of the madness to get him where he is, and to be bold enough to admit, damn, I can't believe that we were played. He can't believe it because he didn't want no parts of putting an innocent man. Who wants to put an innocent person in prison but an evil person? You knowing this man is innocent. You played on people's emotion. That's what we kept trying to tell you guys. Even those so-called victims, they went and studied real victims to know how to play the role. That's what we've been trying to tell people. So for Larry to come out and say what he's saying, and I have another clip that I really want to play for him, from him, because trust me, what he's doing, he's getting a lot of backlash, but he keeps saying what we saying. Wrong is wrong. Hate me all you want. It's wrong. I did what I did because I thought it was the truth, which anyone would. That's what we kept saying. If this man really did this, there's no way there would be this channel right here. Why would I be a part of that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is what he's saying. Damn, he hates it. This is wrong. No matter how I feel about that man, this is wrong. This is what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's all he's saying. Let's see, get a little bit more. But I have one. I may pause this and so you can get to that. And then if you guys want to come back to this, we can do that. Because again, if we don't, you can go and listen with that timestamp wherever we left off at and go to Levi's channel. Because he's going to say some things that may have you like,
Yeah, he's gonna tell, if you listen to Levi on his part, he's gonna tell about them getting together with Jennifer. So that's what they really need to hear. People need
Yeah.
to know
But I
that.
just put that in the chat for those, because I don't know if we're going to get to certain parts. So that's why I was telling them, because somebody had in there, well, yeah, he should be doing a public thing. Well, this is as public as it can get. But he's already communicated with Jennifer and Kels. So we don't have all the info, but all I know is what's happening is in Robert's favor and not against him. And that's all that matters. I don't need to know all of it. As long as I know it's working in his favor, I'm good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about all that. But please know what this man is saying is huge. Because remember, he's the one, we got the bus drivers. We got this and we got this. We even lied. Because they wanted the predator. So, you know, this is huge. This is huge. For his people, not to us, but for the people that's been following him. And this other clip that I'm going to show you, he's letting you know they coming at him. I mean, of course they will. Because what are you doing? Why are you saying those things? When you're gone how many years saying the opposite? But like Tamaria said, something hit him. Something hit him. He has a conscience. He couldn't move forward with his life knowing what he didn't read before, that they messed up. So let's get a little bit more.
Was the father of Jane Doe number 5, and I don't say it to say it. I can prove it. But before I finish this video, I want you all to understand it is not my desire, nor has it ever been my desire to try and prove it to people who are diametrically opposed to Levi because they're diametrically opposed to Levi. I can give less than a damn. It has never been my desire to prove anything to my detractors and haters and people who despise me for sick reasons. Get back to this video, but I'm about to make a statement that cannot be refuted. And I'll get to that in a minute. And that is, there are only 7 major players when it comes to freeing R. Kelly. There are only 7 major players, 7 physical factors involved. First is my cousin. Second is, it is his legal representative. Listen to me. Third is me. When it comes to his freedom and exposing what took place, the 4th person is Jane Doe number 5. The 5th person is her father. The 6th person is her mother. And the 7th person is the man that you're seeing on this screen. That's 7 individuals. And I'll explain it further in just a minute. Give me a minute.
Through various connections that the police report, like that incident never happened. When this shit hit the fan, as Tim started to come out and raise hell about his child, the police report that was supposed to be from the kidnapping incident, probably when Surviving was filming, the police report is fake. You don't file a police report in 2017, especially after a year later, there's pictures of you meeting with the defendant at her graduation 6 months after she turned 18. You don't wait 6 months after that to file a police report for some shit that was in 2015.
All right now.
You know, and that's why I'm able to compartmentalize this situation rather than if you go to the concert with your little girlfriends and somebody pass you a number and you get the number and you start dealing with him and he sexually abuse you and take you across town, take you out of town, and your parents and your mother and your auntie is not involved, then yes, you are a victim. And he should do time in jail for that. Yes. But if your parents work for the lightning company and they asked him for a job to be the lightning man, and they tell America that they was there because of a birthday that was 4 months later, but in fact, you are in fact 3'9" at a concert full of people that's 6 feet tall. And you get put on stage. And this is another thing that bothers me. This is just another thing. See, it's another thing. You said under oath that you discovered that your mother was texting him because you went through her phone. You testified under oath to that. But then the text message doesn't say that. The mother is telling you what he's saying the whole time. And then when I read the letters,
I'm sorry, I got to stop right there. Because what he just spoke was the total, absolute truth. What Larry just said is very important. Very important. When Jane Doe number 5 testified, she wanted to give the jurors the impression that she was not aware of her mother and father, I say. And father, I say. Father first, then mother. She wanted to give the people the impression, the jurors the impression, the court the impression that she discovered that her mom was in communications with Robert days and days and maybe a week after she found out and she started to communicating with him. This is what she wanted to convey to the jury. That is very important and it is very serious. It is extremely serious. And what is more sad about it, people, is that his inadequate attorney, if you read those transcripts, did not even explain to the jury and focus on what in the hell was your mama doing texting R. Kelly, pretending that she was you, and what did those communications and text messages and pictures entail? Were there pictures sent? What kind of pictures were sent? Well, we know that Azriel on the Gayle King show talked about explicit pictures. Explicit pictures that would allow them to blackmail my cousin. Oh, yeah. But this attorney, not knowing, one thing them transcripts confirmed to me, this is me speaking, that attorney didn't know what the hell he was talking about, did not have any strategy for defense, But what this man, Larry, just pointed out is very, very, very crucial. And that is when you're sitting there on the jury and the prosecutor gets that question out quick, they want to get that out the way. Were you aware that your mother was text messaging R. Kelly? Not at first. I later learned that. But those text messages, and we'll explore that at another live, I don't want to get sidetracked, confirm that Jane Doe number 5 knew day 1. If not, worst case scenario, day 2. She knew initially that her mother was the one text messaging R. Kelly, sex text messaging R. Kelly. And what is most important is that she approved of it. Jane Doe number 5 approved of it. And I don't have enough evidence to put on the table right now, but I'm kind of leaning towards, hear me, as I go through this. And as I speak to the man himself, these sick, super fan, obsessed people with a Gmail account and a damn cell phone and a computer coming on here talking. Well, none of them talk to him, nor would they ever. As I speak with my cousin Robert, what didn't I tell you? There was only 7 major figures and I was one of them. You know why I'm one of them? Because I can get it from the ground. They get it when I'm around to decipher and listen to what I'm saying and then to do lives and come on and talk after I then got it from the ground. They'll try to twist my words and come back to try to discredit me, mad as hell that they cannot discredit me with him. I'm not getting off track. You ain't seen now one of them talking about the text messages or the transcripts in 3 goddamn months. Levi comes on the scene and breathes life into the text messages and the transcripts and make that and those court proceedings, the text messages, transcripts, thus and so, the focal point of this thing. And now they're all following suit, discussing what Levi is discussing and trying to use what I'm discussing to discredit me, which is crazy. They were talking about Cardi B. What's up, JoJo? They were talking about Cardi B and carrying on. They were talking about Cardi B and Young Thug and running after them other celebrities, old ass men and women trying to chase after young celebrities that they grandkids listen to. They weren't talking about no R. Kelly no more. They weren't talking about these text messages. They weren't talking about the transcripts. But when Levi comes to the scene and breathes life back into the transcripts and the text messages, now that's the order of the day. We get to my initial point. I don't have 1,000% tangible proof, and I don't believe in accusing people. But I'm going to say something on here. I am now leaning towards the probability. I am now leaning towards the probability that Jane Doe number 5 was a part of the setup. Allegedly. But I'm not going to.
Now, I don't know how he can't believe that she wasn't part. The text let you know it.
Yeah, I don't know why he say allegedly.
Okay. I mean, the part, like he's shocked, like he's not sure if she was a part of it. Are you serious?
Even Larry saying that.
I'm so glad I played that part.
Outright say that's.
I didn't catch that earlier.
The fact or the case until I am able to present my case. But just know this.
I just hate.
I get it from the ground.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all get it when I'm around. Listen to this man.
Everything in those letters is not a lie. She's telling her brother, Mom and Dad had me making videos and pictures in crop tops to send him when we first met because I guess he wanted to FaceTime and he couldn't. You know, so do you understand why I don't care? And if you think about this. If you go look at Canning's testimony, they objected like 42 times. And then I don't care if you was at the trial. And I was watching somebody, I'm not going to name them, but if you spent your money to go to the trial and things were said and things were done that's not in the transcripts, that doesn't mean that I'm going to take anyone, or I know me, going to take your word from it because you don't have a history of telling the truth when you leave these court dates about the events that happen in court. Reason and purpose, motherfuckers had to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars to buy this shit. I
wonder who he talking about.
If the journalistic integrity was there, then motherfuckers wouldn't have to go and buy the transcripts. What was that thing? Oh yeah. So it's out of here. Why is the Russians fucking with me?
What he's saying though, you wouldn't have to pay. You shouldn't have to pay for it if the journalistic.
Yeah, he's saying that they be lying.
You should have been willing to just give them a right.
Yeah,
is that what he's saying?
Well, he's saying that the people that went to the court and got, and seen everything, they weren't coming back to Facebook telling the truth. They were just making, someone was just putting their own parts in it, lying, and people didn't believe them because they lied so much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this one, and then I'm gonna play the other one that Larry made today.
Let me say this, y'all. Let me get my thing. I have a lot to say. I want to be clear on something.
I hear you on that, love. I don't know where they get that moral shit stuff from.
Make sure y'all can hear me. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, you can
hear me. That's you. Moral.
I believe. I can't speak for Larry. I believe that you all are looking at a man on this screen who knows, he knows for a fact that he not only contributed, but he understands for a fact that he was a major contributor in placing R. Kelly in a situation where he is now staring down the whole of 30 years in prison. 30, 21, whatever, concurrent, 30 years. I believe that. The man can speak for himself.
It's obvious. He can't. He gets it. But
I'm instructing my mods to delete any name you don't know, any made up name that you don't know. Knock them down. Because we've been at this long enough to know when you have sick, psychotic people who sit and make up Gmail accounts all goddamn day on their way to prison. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna get into that.
It's a shame that people.
I believe you're looking at a man who
She wanted to know
as a
why R.
conscience.
Kelly
I
in jail
really,
because the government twisted
Oh,
this
wait a
stuff
minute.
I
around.
believe that you're looking at a man who.
Let me pause this. Say that again.
Self-love wanted to know why is R. Kelly in jail? And I said the reason why he in jail because the government took this stuff from these people knowing that they was trying to extort R. Kelly and lying, and they took it and turned all this stuff around, took the pictures and made it seem like R. Kelly made these pictures or made her do the stuff that he did and made it seem like R. Kelly did the stuff and he didn't. It was the parents. And then made the parents and made it that the parents would not be included. It gave them immunity or whatever they gave them. And
that's
this
what
is
Larry was saying. That you probably have to catch the video from the beginning self-love because Larry is just basically telling you how it is, really. But this other video, I'm going to pause this one because I really want you guys to hear this one as well. Again, Larry's is very lengthy, and then it gets off subject to something else, and then he'll come back. I don't have the patience. So
both of them like that. Yeah.
I just don't. Larry can't stay on point on this one though. Let me see.
Okay.
But I have one that I want, the one he did today. Let's see.
Oh, I thought you was gonna play the one, but both of them was on together on the Levi part. Both of them was together. They did a good job.
That's on this one. That's on this one. Yeah, I'm coming back to this, but before it gets too into the night, late, before I have to stop it, I want to make sure I get this one out because he's really speaking. I mean, even if you missed the beginning of this one here really, he sums it up to me. What did you think when you saw that one today?
Yeah, I got more information from it,
Yeah. He's pointing out because this is where he's letting you know. I think people's coming at him like, "What's up?
Yeah.
What are you doing?" So let me get in here, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me mute this because
self-love. Yeah, when you said that, I understood what you were saying. I was just saying that's exactly why he in jail because of that reason. These people, the government, the law broke the law. Period.
let me stop sharing that other one. I want to make sure I get the right one. Let me go back in here. Here. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is the one for today. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So we basically watching this together. I didn't get a chance to finish it. So I did. I think this is what really brought me to come on actually tonight. So check this out. And we're going to talk about these, what we've seen so far. Okay. Larry, is this playing?
Yo.
All right. Now this is today's live, guys, with Larry, and this is still on his conscience. So, hear him out, guys. You don't have to educate me. We all know this is for those that really thought this crap that R. Kelly was this monster.
Yo.
So, check it out. I just want to get a guy. I'm happy the guy is being honest instead of going along with this BS. So I'm happy about that.
What up? What up? What up? What's going on? What is going on? What up? 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 What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Grown Little Boy Morning Show. Hey, anybody see that live last night? I just be watching people's stuff, man, and it ain't even annoying no more. It's past annoying. It's just, you know, it's pointless. You know, it's just pointless. Like, you know, what's up, Purple Burp? What's up, June? I don't know. I want to have. Fuck out. Fuck them. I want to talk about what's real and what's not. Now, a lot of people, you have to identify who these people are. But a lot of people are, maybe I should put it right here. A lot of people are going into my comments and they saying that, you know, because of what I'm saying, I'm disappointing other victims. Well, my question is, how many victims, first of all, how many victims do you know personally?
This is the person keeping it real right now.
Is that an assumption?
Wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Because these are grown, strong women. And they understand that, you know, my opinion is my opinion. Okay? So they're more disappointed. They're way more disappointed than I could have ever been. They're way more disappointed. But the people that talk to us,
I like real people. You keeping it real.
we
He
went
said
through
they
shit.
buddy.
And if I can recall, people that support us, he never supported them. You know, his the thing was division. It wasn't bringing people together. His thing was, my girl is the main girl. My girl is the one that slept in the bed. The other slept on the floor. And your daughter didn't even live in the house. His thing was division. There's so much shit that went on behind the scenes with just him in particular with victims. He even went out and made a video and said he doesn't support the older women that's in R. Kelly's case. He didn't do that on my channel. He did that from his own very own platform. So, what do you think? This is a rock band?
He's talking about the daddy, Angelo.
All of these people don't talk to each other.
About that part, right? What he just said. Tamaria. Wait a minute. Let me just finish playing.
Matter of fact, all of these people don't even know each other. They don't. And most of them, I'm going to tell you something, they don't even like each other. So when someone comes in my chat and says that identifies implies to me that's someone that supports him. And that's fine if you support him. I don't hate you.
Right, he talking
Like I
about
told you, I'm not out here trying to gain
You talking
support.
about Angelo saying
I'm
that
not out here trying
Gabrielle
to
was
get
the
money.
main girl
I'm not
and
out
she
here trying
slept
to
in the
gain support
bed.
or get money.
So this part he's talking about Angelo, right? And
Yeah.
he's saying that people that coming in to his chat with this negative nonsense, they're supporting him.
Yeah, they supported him, and he didn't even care about them because they supposed to been some real victims. He lied to them, making it seem like he supported all victims, but that's a lot. In actually, he didn't care about none of them. He didn't even care about his own daughter.
It was a whole scam. Exactly.
It was
And
a
this is
scam.
what
He
this
scammed them.
guy is saying. This guy is keeping it real. Now, if you guys you don't believe us, and now you listening to someone on the head of the opposition. If you don't believe him, I'm done. Let's finish.
I'm out here discussing what was said, what was testified to, what is the truth. I'm not a judge. I can't say somebody should have ruled on this, or if this wouldn't have happened, something would went away. My personal belief, my personal opinion, is what I put on my community wall. But I don't have a courtroom to put him in, a jail to put him in, or a judge or a lawyer to get him out. I don't. Do I know that there were lies told? I mean, if my eyes ain't playing tricks on me, hey, Miss Rogers. Hey, Miss Rogers.
You're real to marry.
Huh?
I say, is it
You know,
real?
case in point, look in the chat. Imagine this. Imagine you have a child and you love your child and you there for your child and you support your child. And you look at this situation as a mistake, as a misstep that your child made. And when you found out your child was in trouble, you came to your child's aid and you supported your child from beginning to end. Some of the days were good, most of the days were dark. Do you think that that person would not support me? Imagine your child. I can remember at one point of your child being attacked publicly. Have 85% of the narratives about these other parents and their kids were put out by this family. Half of the narratives that got them attacked in the first place, like girls peeing in buckets locked in rooms, came from that family.
Wow.
Half of the rumors, like things like he puts makeup on them, on their arms to cover the bruises, and half of those narratives, the dungeon, all of that shit, that came from. What do you think that came from?
This is what I'm saying. I can't believe people believe that. This dude, I am so glad that this is coming from someone outside of supporting R. Kelly. You see what I'm saying? I really feel this is huge coming from this guy.
It is. It is.
He is not a fan. He's not a buddy. You know what I'm saying? He's keeping it real. Wrong is wrong. What Larry was basically saying from that clip in on Levi's channel, he was reacting because he believed the Clary man. He believed him. He believed him. And he just went from there. That's what he was basically saying. So now he's coming out to everyone, I messed up.
Because he said he would have never thought that a father would do what he did and use his daughter like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's finish this one, guys.
So as a parent, and your daughter is getting attacked all night, she's getting attacked in public, this and that, when they were quiet and just wanted the hold on. So everything is not both. Everything is just not both. When you look at this thing, some people, they did it the right way. You'll never hear rumors come out about infidelity. Their houses didn't get blew up. They don't have past abuse of domestic violence and all of these different kind of things. You know, they actually hold on. That's not what's being said. I have I'm gonna come back on here. I gotta deal with a driver. Issue just came up. But nah, let's stay on. Let's stay on a little while longer. Um, I don't know. So I hate when people come and leave me comments like that. Like, you know, don't question what I'm doing. Just listening to what I'm saying. You know, just study. Just look into what I'm saying. You know, I just don't understand. Like, we still don't know what the truth is. If I can, like, in the history of America, have you ever seen any victim tell this many lies on the stand under oath? Yes, I'm pretty sure that person was abused. You see what I'm saying? But she just wasn't abused by him. She was abused by her parents. She was even abused by her parents when she came home. I witnessed the abuse myself. You know, and I could tell that it was a situation where I'm here to protect my parents. I can tell that was the situation. Especially when I heard her say in the testimony that, yes, I was involved in a documentary by the defendant's friend. That wasn't R. Kelly's friend. Actually, R. Kelly told her when she was still talking to R. Kelly. R. Kelly told her not to deal with Shabazz. I don't know the relationship between Shabazz and R. Kelly, but that's what R. Kelly told her. That's why when he first met her, he made things extremely difficult. You see what I'm saying? You don't understand trying to protect your parents, but made it seem like this guy was a friend of R. Kelly. At one point, he probably was, but they fell out. And when she went to him and told him of what she's going to do, he said, hey, you should not do that because I have had problems with that person in the past. But understand, she doesn't get up there and tell them that her daddy is responsible for all of this shit. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do it. You know what I mean? And when you I understand that you want to get R. Kelly, you want to take him down, but it cast a bad cloud over the people that did it the right way.
Did you hear what that man said? And that's all everyone has been said. Do it the right way if you got something. But
That's
you
it.
know, you don't scheme and lie and maneuver. You don't do that to convict her. And that's all this man is saying. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. And I
Yeah.
hope your people hear you.
The law broke the law
That's
to
one thing
convict
I
you.
always made sure of when I was advocating, that I didn't want to put one girl over the next girl because I can't. I'm just a blogger. I can't measure a victim's pain. You have more pain because you lived in the house. You have more pain because you slept on the floor inside the house. or you have more pain because of you was there longer. You have more pain because of whatever the reason is. You know, when I talk to these people, they didn't care. They always supported the other women. They wasn't hating and shit and, you know, and had nothing bad to say. They didn't. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still see or hear me? Okay, so you know it bothers me. Don't put them comments in my chat. You support how you support. If you want to look at this like it's a rock band and subvert these people's feelings, this and that, you can do that. You know, but I'm talking about one instance of somebody that I dealt with personally that was ushered, that every kid was ushered through my house. That motherfuckers used my tubs and my sinks and my toilets, you know, and was in my wedding and sat in my face and lied, you know, that showed emotions, crying and shit in my house, you know, all based on a lie. And nobody thought to pull any of us to the side, you know, and tell us the truth. Even when they seen our family being attacked and motherfuckers parked outside and calling CPS and, you know what I mean, all kinds of old crazy shit. You know what I mean? Trying to fuck us up. You could have came to me and told me the truth. But no. Can't tell the truth. You know? Can't tell the truth. I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, this will make R. Kelly walk out of jail or any of those. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply telling you that lies were told. No cease and desist can stop all of these people from talking about this shit. It's a public case. It's a public television show. You know what I mean? And you've came out of your mouth several times and said you are a public figure. No one's even saying your name. No one's bashing you. I'm not talking about that big ass booty. I'm just talking about you lying.
No, he did.
You know, it's horrible. You know, people really, like, I really ran a platform and people really stayed up all night and read articles and studied and spent their hard-earned time, you know, and then even when this person came home, as hard as we was advocating for that family, as hard as even Tasha K was advocating for that family, man, them people came home with R. Kelly money, came home with a big bag of R. Kelly's cash. Man, them people ain't come tell y'all motherfuckers thank you, did they? Did they come tell you thank you? That they appreciate you? You know? And to be on the blunt side, half of you, shit, you might have got some dick. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't come and thank you. You know what I mean? You come thank the people. You gave some of them dick, but you ain't even come thank. Man, we motherfuckers out here advocating, screaming and hollering and cussing. Motherfuckers damn near having strokes, going to the hospital, everything. Every day, arguing with these people. Defending your story. The lie. Okay? Then I got people calling me talking about you done gave them $50,000, sending me wire transfer receipts and credit card bills and shit. Man, I don't know nothing about that shit. I don't know nothing about that shit. I done hooked motherfuckers up with record deals and shit. Man, y'all just don't know the half. Y'all just don't know. I'm telling you. I believe that some of these motherfuckers ain't never had no friends before. I'm telling you. That you ain't never seen nobody in their real life like no homeboys and no shit like that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Man. Man. Even when I'm struggling, I'm still together. You know? Even when I'm depressed, when I'm having, my small episodes or whatever, I'm still together. Like having a cohesive unit around you is like that is your riches. That's what makes you rich. And I don't talk about religion a lot, but I grew up in the church, right? So when I do something wrong, when I used to do something wrong, I knew I was doing something wrong. You see what I'm saying? I knew I was doing something wrong. Why do you think I would even reach out to a fucking Clary's anyway? I had enough shit going on. So if I feel like I could have helped somebody, then in my mind, which I know it ain't right, I thought that I was doing a good deed. Well, let me do some good. Let me do some good. I'm one of them kind of people. I can't be around evil people all the time that think negative all the time. I have to be around positive shit. If I don't, then I'll be depressed. You know, and it be people that reach out to me behind the scenes. This shit bother them as just as much as it bothered me. And it's not about, well, you have to be there for the victim. Man, the court was there for the victim. What you talking about? Some of these victims got real parents that love them every day. And that, you know what I mean? That love them every day. And that was there, that did the right thing in the face of this shit. They don't get the credit they deserve. They don't get the credit they deserve. Some of them parents went to court, took the motherfucking stand. They went down there to New York City and they walked in front of the band. The band that was across the street, fuck you, and da-da-da-da-da. Fuck the prosecutors, this and that. They walked with God right in that courtroom, and they got up there and they told the events and showed their daughter that in fucking New York City, we will go to fucking hell and earth for our child. It's parents that went to Chicago. You know what I mean? It's parents that went to the goddamn trial, and they child wasn't even in the trial. They went to the trial and they child ain't even a part of the trial. Because when they said that they supported the victims, they meant that shit. Now let me ask you a question.
If they were real victims, let me say it again. If they were real victims, we would have supported them too. We all knew they weren't real victims. Well, I did. No, I wasn't there, but 2 and 2 wasn't making 4. So no, I'm not going to support something. I don't care how it appeared. It wasn't adding up. And thank you, Larry. Thank you for simplifying it for your people, the ones that followed you for those 4 years with all that nonsense. I know you're blowing a lot of minds and they're very pissed at you right now because they don't know what's what. Now there's confusion. Right is right. I keep saying it. Right is right. There's no in between. Wrong is wrong. Thank God this man finally, if he never had one before, it was something about this R. Kelly case started eating him up the more he read. Wrong is wrong. That's why I couldn't stop talking about it over here. It's wrong. That man didn't do that. And even if he did anything, they took whatever their little relationship was and they twisted it to something ugly. I don't know why that's so hard to believe, but let's finish. That's just my opinion, though, of course.
I heard my daughter, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. In the darkest time in your child's life, whether now or later, your daughter is in the Mecca of the world. The Mecca of the world. She's in New York City, in the most staunchest federal district in America. On the stand, labeled as a star witness. Where are you? The judge is having a sidebar telling the lawyer, we have to figure out what to tell the jury because of their natural curiosity. They're going to wonder where the parents are. Do you understand what that means? If anybody in the chat that went to the trial, did you have to RSVP for this shit? The people that went to the trial, did you have to RSVP to this shit? The people that went to the trial, does the judge know that you were there? Does the judge know that you were there? Think about it.
But he knew them parents what she knew.
Think about it. The judge is having a sidebar with the lawyers, saying that yes, you can talk about the parents because the jury is going to have a natural curiosity of why they're not here. Even the judge knows that it's gonna be weird to the jury.
Come on,
that these motherfuckers that have been on Gayle King interviews, all these television shows, radio shows in Vegas, screaming, cussing, spitting at the camera, cussing motherfuckers out, defending their daughter to the T, that for sure they're gonna be at the trial, front and center, supporting their baby, the one that they love so much.
Come on, Larry.
That you all heard it, and you've probably been cussed out 200 times.
That was the government plan.
Right.
My question is, how did the judge know that they're not going to be here? This is on like day 5 of, it's like day 4 of Jane Doe number 5's testimony. How did the judge know that they're not going to be here? What, did she get an email? What, you have to RSVP? How do you know that they ain't coming? Who told them not to come? You know, was there some kind of deal in place that we don't know about?
Yep, it was.
No one asked the judge this. Judge, are the parents going to be here? And she, you know, then go and ask the prosecutors, well, are the parents going to be here? No. The judge, on her own account, said that we have to figure out how to present this to the jury because they're going to have a natural curiosity on why they're not going to be here. Now, as I always say, you can hate me, but am I lying? I don't have a problem with you hating me, but am I lying? And that might be the one single weirdest thing out of everything that I've read over the past 4 days, because this is only 4 days of reading. You know, I tended to never read the lawyer's testimony because the emotions were so bad. Think about that for a second. I'm going to say it again for those who just came in here. If you go to Canick's testimony, if you go to Canick's cross, they have a sidebar because the parents are starting to come up in the case. And the judge ruled that Canick can, in fact, discuss the parents all he wants. She's just going to wait till the end and instruct the jury that the minor could not consent. Do not take what they said about the parents into consideration, so forth, sexes or whatever. But I found it very, very, very peculiar that, you know, one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Can't figure out if I got an appointment for the day or tomorrow. Okay. Can you listen to this for a second?
I'm actually a little busy. If you want to get inside, they can come.
Hey guys, that's really the end of that particular live, because he really cuts off and said he was coming back on, but I don't know if he ever came back on. So you guys have any comments about this particular live? Y'all going to get mad at Larry because he's going to say Faith Rogers, Lizette, and Lysandra are Robert real victims if you keep listening. That's not... Whatever. I don't know what part y'all missing. I don't care about any of that. That's not the point. The point is the man is admitting to all those people that he got. What was he saying on his channel? We got them to lie. We got them to... He's blowing their minds. He's not fooling me. I'm not slow when it comes to this situation. So he can't get my hopes up about anything because nothing that's being revealed I didn't already know. No one would just listen because I wasn't in this for 5 years like others. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this entire situation with R. Kelly was set up. Period. I am not going to blame that man when the mama, the daddy, and all the other parties involved lied about this woman's age. She showed proof that she was of age. And you morally people that feels even though she was 18 and of legal age, he still shouldn't have been with her. That's not your problem. You shouldn't even be, she's legal. So you morally, you disagree, you're entitled. But legally, he didn't do anything wrong. And if the mama is communicating with him, confirming that she's of age and this and that and the other, pretending to be his daughter, again, that's not the purpose of me showing these videos. The point is, Larry was a key person in this takedown when he thought, because this is what I got from hey chat, let me know if you didn't get what I got, because what I got is this man was working from a point because he believed that these girls or this girl was actually what her daddy said, that this man really did what her daddy told him he had done to his daughter. So he went off of that. That's what I'm getting at. Did anybody, Tamara, anyone else? That's all he's saying. That's all she's saying. I'm not trying to rehash the fact. That's irrelevant to me. That's not what this is about.
Right. They coming in with a whole different stuff. We just saying that.
Yeah, I don't even care. We're not even going to entertain it because I didn't put it in here 1,000 times.
You sure
so
did.
All I'm saying is my focus, the purpose of me coming on, I thought, to me, this is only me, you don't have to agree, for this man, knowing his involvement in R. Kelly's situation, piece of the puzzle that got him where he is, and to later come out. See, what Larry don't understand, we felt like that if it was real. I never felt that it was. So no, I didn't show any compassion for those women. So I don't know where you guys, maybe you're coming in here late, but trust me, no one in this chat on this channel is slow when it comes to this situation. Let me make that clear. So I'm not entertaining, don't get the hopes up, or he's doing, I don't care. I'm happy that he's letting them idiots that has been following him and roo and rah and coming after this man when they knew the man, where they thought he was innocent. So that's why people are coming at him now like, what are you doing? Those are his people. He's not educating me. He's not educating anyone any of my subscribers, because we never said anything differently. We never believed it. That's why we never stopped talking about it, because it wasn't over because it's in appeals. It didn't end there for us. And it's not going to unless this man is out. This guy is not saying, I love art. He probably still doesn't care about him. The point is, he recognized that these people were wrong in what they did and manipulated, because their daughter is considered the star witness that put this man basically away for 30 years. That's the point. All this other crap is irrelevant. And I don't deal in, I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I mean, who cares? That's why I say you guys always miss the point, because you're focusing on the distraction than what really needs to be focused on. And the man is saying these people lied. And he's messed up because he can't believe he fell for it and was a part of it. He wanted to be a part of something that was real, that he was really helping someone. Is it just me, or am I missing it?
No, you got it, Lady D.
Okay, I'm not sure. So, okay.
Everybody always said, why nobody not saying it? But they know it's not true. Why nobody saying? Now somebody come out and say something, and people still, it's just too much.
That's why I don't entertain it, because it's distractions. How can you try to distract from something that's positive? I don't get it. Why do you take some positive to make it negative? That's why I think for myself and not following along because of what someone else's opinion is. No. I don't operate like that. I don't care what he's doing. If he's speaking what's real, I'm about what's real. I haven't seen anything he said to the contrary. The man is speaking facts. We already know it. He's just confirming what we already know. That's all it is. That's it. And knowing his role, that's huge to me. Maybe I'm along on that one. But then again, I'm the little kid on the block. I don't know. But I try to use common sense in whatever I do. And I read between the lines. This man, I wonder what it took for him to even come to do what he's doing. All the hell he brought toward that man. But like Tamaria said, the man must have a conscience, because he can't rest now. He thought it was a real situation when it wasn't. They wanted to convict him to make sure they convict him because they really thought they had a predator that they need to get off the street by any means necessary. But these weren't real victims, and now he realizes that. That's the focus. So you guys want me to go back to this Levi, or we're done? I mean, we kind of already know. So what do you guys think? Did you guys want to go back to the Levi? Because Levi did make some points in there as well. But we already know. But that's why I come on. I wanted you guys to see this because that was huge if you missed it. And again, you can go to their channels, you know. But Larry and Levi. It's interesting. But, you know, Larry's is, I mean, Levi's is like 3 hours, man. And you know, Levi, you know, it's just too much in between. And I like to stay on point. So, but if you guys want to, I still have some time. It's up to you if you want to listen to a little bit more on that one. Or I can end this live right now. Talk to you, girl. What's up? What do you think, Tamaria?
I would like for them, but I go with whatever people they saying. I mean, you know.
What do you guys? You guys want to hear more of that other live that we paused so we can get to this one because it was getting late?
Because
if not,
it kind of got more information in there if they wanted to know like why he came out and what he think about some stuff. So it's up to
yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Without losing some key points.
Yeah,
because that's it. Because I know, like you said, the conversation with them both talking, I thought that was cool because I didn't even know he was on there. So let me see if I can get to that. Keep the chat going for me, Tamara.
Yeah, so
hold the chat down while I mess around with this for a sec.
Okay, I was trying to see did anybody else say anything, but yeah, we're not trying to convince nobody because everybody already, if you've been following it, you already know what happened. We just showing that now he know and he's convinced, you know, telling his people that we was scammed. Lil Mo, you saying he did 3 videos today? Because this video that we talk about right now is the video from today.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up from here. And we'll go. Okay, let me. Oh darn it! Let me do this. I had to share. I know you guys. Some of you probably already heard this, but you know, I like to share with my people because they like me. They don't be on here like that because we already know. We waiting on the appeal. We really done, but this is different, and that's why I wanted to share with you guys. So here we go. I see. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me get over here. No distractions, please. We don't do that over here. That's so childish. It really is. It really just. Why would you distract something that's positive? That sheds light on Robert's situation. Why would you want to mess with that? Why would you twist it? I would never understand some of these people. And your heart may be in the right place, but I'm telling you, your action says something totally different. And I can't agree with some of the things that you people do. But we all individuals, whatever. Here we go.
Fall prey to someone who is bearing false witness against another individual. Now, I got to explain this and get through this because this is very important what I'm about to say. Larry can speak for himself. But I don't think y'all realize, man, as I am coming to realize, and I don't fault 99.9% of you. I really don't. I don't. Because you're not privy to the information that I'm privy to. You don't speak to the man himself 3, 4, 5 times a week. But I do. I do. And as I continue to speak with my cousin, as I continue, I ask myself, and anytime I know that I don't understand the full weight and magnitude of what transpired, I can't blame none of y'all for not understanding. And that is, most of you really don't understand that R. Kelly was set up. He was set up by one man who came up with one demonic plan, man. One. I hear people come back now since the text messages and say, well, we've been saying, where were the parents? That's a goddamn lie. You've been doxing the parents. You've been attacking all the parents. You've been intimidating, engaging in harassment, and talking up under their daughter's clothes and attacking all of the parents. You've been threatening to go to a tour of the parents' church and kill them. You've been placing death threats on the parents. You're a goddamn lie. You're a goddamn lie. I will never allow anyone to sit in my face who tries to cover up and justify the acts of animals and pretend that they have amnesia. Anyone. If you've been following this, you've seen these people do the worst of the worst, making literal death threats towards alleged victims, and their families. Death threats. That's a fact. So let me be clear. When I speak about these parents, I base that on the evidentiary facts, for one. For two, when I speak about these parents, I'm qualified to. I have the qualification, because I don't believe in attacking people and targeting people and threatening their lives over my cousin, as a lot of you believe in terrorizing people over a man you don't know, never will know, ain't met, never will meet or talk to. I don't give a damn how much you try to hide behind God and say, let's pray, and this is the prayer hour. You a terrorist, and you were a contributor, and you are the best friends with those, and you're part of that shit. And my cousin's aware of it, and you'll never get a goddamn phone call. He'll never come anywhere near any of you. Believe that. Any of you. As I was saying, I want y'all to understand the magnitude of really what took place. What this man is sitting here talking about, is I think as we get older, all of us, we become somewhat desensitized to the ruthlessness of people. We do. We become desensitized. So there are a lot of people who will say, well, yeah, the parents may have set them up, but still, what about the other ones? What about the other victim? What about this? What about that? And I want to clear that up before I put the thing in a thing, just in case this man, since I played his video, want to say something. I'm going to put the thing in the thing if he's watching. But I'm going to try to play something. I wonder, can I do it on here? Because there are a lot of people who want to downplay what occurred. And matter of fact, before I try to put it in here, I want to stay on that point. A man sits in prison staring down a hole of 30 years. There's no debating it. There's no refuting it. When all of the not only evidentiary facts, but the damn facts point to one man setting that man up. One man not only setting him up, but setting a stage for that man, R. Kelly, to be the object of 3 indictments, 2 federal, 1 state. I'm going to say this to y'all because I understand y'all don't speak to R. Kelly. I speak to my cousin damn near every day. That's a fact. I have boxes and boxes of documents. I've read damn near 90% of them. So I don't, get upset when you don't understand what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that take my words and understand me. There's about 3 people watching this right now who have long-reaching arms. They're very affluent individuals. They are not only affluent, but they're influential. They are major players on the social landscape that we call life in America. 3 of them, at least, are watching this right now. And they understand. They understand because my interactions with them from day one has been like a courtroom setting. I've said it before that courtrooms and libraries are the only 2 places that are designed for you to think and study and use your God-given discernment and mind to observe and study and come to your own conclusions. I say that to say that these are the people that I speak with. These are the people, the kind of people that I impart information to. Because those who are just on some BS, can't say none of them people. If a person hates you, they hate you. If a person dislikes you, they dislike you. I want to say 2 things. For one,
right, he's right about that.
I want to say that if it were not for that one individual, I don't know what he was doing, where he was when the idea entered into his mind. But one thing for sure, God does.
Amen.
Look at your house if you're sitting at home. Look at your car if you're driving. Look at your tires. Look at your steering wheel. Look at everything around you. There's not an object in your house, including your walls and your toilet and your bathroom and your sauna and your this and your that. You're not looking at anything, including your light switches. That wasn't first conceived.
Okay, let me move along. Hold on.
See, in the mind,
because he done lost me.
Of someone. Someone designed that sofa you sitting on. Someone designed a sofa before. Y'all like, Levi, what you know about some eat-off panties? I don't know. So as I said, these things originate in indictment, state. And it's very important. And when I come back on, I'll put it on because I'll have my article from a publication called Page 6. Right. R. Kelly's arrest in Chicago on federal sex. I just told y'all that everything starts in the mind of one individual. Didn't I just say that?
You could have played that part.
This article on Page 6, it says R.
Page 6.
Chicago on federal sex article. from a publication called Page 6. If you Google
article,
Page 6, R. Kelly's arrest came about after agent watched Lifetime docuseries. You can play it back. I ain't got to say it again. Google it, and the article will pop right up from Page 6. If you laying in the bed or something and you just relaxing, write it down, or when you watch this, Google it and read it for yourself. The publication is called Page 6, S-I-X. And the title, which you Google it, it'll pop right up, is R. Kelly's arrest came about after agent watched Lifetime docuseries. And it goes on to say, R. Kelly's arrest, listen to my words very closely because you can read it for yourself and you'll be able to read it for yourself. The writers write, R. Kelly's arrest in Chicago on federal sex crime charges came about after a Homeland Security investigations agent watched the Lifetime series Surviving R. Kelly.
Which we all know that.
One day, listen, I'll get back to the article, but one day y'all are going to understand the importance and value of Levi, from Levi for Kelly.
Hold on.
I just sat here and explained to y'all how everything that we see. Miss Truth, I'm going to address you in a minute. I am. Trust me, I am. Because it draws parallel to something else. But I'm going to finish reading this article, but respectfully, Miss Truth, listen to me, y'all. I just told y'all that everything starts in the mind of one individual. Didn't I just say that? Well, according to this article on Page 6, it says R. Kelly's arrest in Chicago on federal sex crime charges came about after a Homeland Security investigations agent, not agents, agent, watched the Lifetime series Surviving R. Kelly and decided to investigate, a source told the Post, the New York Post. It wasn't, they're quoting the source. The source says in quotes, it was an agent on our trafficking unit who was watching that Lifetime show, Surviving R. Kelly, said the source at Homeland Security Investigations, the federal agency's investigative arm. And it goes on to say they were looking at the victims' interviews and realized that this is so much bigger than what he had previously been charged with in 2002. The source said, adding that the probe was launched in January. Listen to this. Google it for yourself. I'm going to put the thing in the thing and put this on the screen when I come back on. But listen to this. It goes on to say, Brother Jojo, it quotes the person by saying, it was just from watching these interviews in this documentary, according to the source, who said that agents then traveled to interview the alleged victims.
I can't believe it.
After watching the interviews,
they weren't even good
the
at
agents traveled to interview the alleged victims.
All right, I want
i.e. Jane Doe number 5's mother, in the interview that Larry talked about, said, even when we gave them what we had, we went to the FBI first, but didn't mention that Homeland Security came to us. Okay. Then it goes on to say the 52-year-old R&B singer was collared by the NYPD and Homeland Security investigations agents. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Northern Illinois said Kelly faces 13 counts, including child P, enticement of a minor to engage in criminal sexual activity, and obstruction of justice. He also faces racketeering charges as part of a separate 5-count indictment out of the Eastern District of New York. Now, when I come back on here, I'm going to put up 10 more. I'm going to put up what they said themselves, that they started to investigate this after watching Surviving R. Kelly. You just heard the agent quoted from the New York Post who said it was those interviews that caused me to say this is bigger than 2002. And it was those interviews that caused us, it says agents, to go out, use taxpaying dollars, get in planes and fly to interview the people that they saw in the docuseries. Even though, according to the producer of the docuseries, Dream Hampton,
but he is so dramatic.
Everyone that she interviewed, the interviews that they're talking about, I'm gonna put the thing in the thing just in case grown man want to come in and speak for himself, and then we can conclude. Listen, and I'm gonna give you guys my bone of contention with grown man to a certain extent, and certain members of Teen Truth and others. And that's why I put Truth's thing up there in the thing. I put it up there so I could address that before I get out of here. Listen to me, y'all. It was the interviews that convinced them to launch this investigation. However, in real time, when they set out to go interview people now, Miss Truth, O'Cove, who are the most important people that's top priority that we need to speak with? We need to speak with the minor who recently came in contact with R. Kelly as a minor, who we saw, and as we said, the thing is in the thing, grown man. If you have anything to say, if not, we can move on and I'll revisit this tomorrow. Who said in the docuseries saying that R. Kelly ran off with their daughter. Their story was the most compelling story. Their story was the most convincing story. And their story was, without a doubt, the most contemporarily relevant story. Right? So they admit it was that docuseries that prompted them to even open up an investigation. And they said it, and I got other references with them saying it. We started our investigation in January. Well, damn, when was Surviving R. Kelly? When did it air? In January. They didn't wait a month after they saw them parents sitting up there lying and just telling goddamn lies, convincing Lifetime that it all started 6 months after it started. We got a call from our son at the school and said her car ain't here. And we said, what? And we ran, and then we both left our job and we just started looking for her and running around. We all up at the studio throwing rocks, and then come down and say, I see her. Listen, man, goddamn, when will y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you realize that it was that man, Jane Doe number 5's father, him who constructed one of the biggest setups in the history of American jurisprudence when it comes to a celebrity?
You know that's right. Now he ain't.
I don't know how many times or how many ways I could say it.
No, you nailed it.
I just don't know what I have to say. I'm trying to explain this to you.
He sure did. And he did.
If Michael Jackson's cousin, even if Michael is gone, if Michael Jackson's cousin had in his possession what I have in my possession as it relates to Michael Jackson being set up, the world would be the path to Michael Jackson's cousin's door. Y'all have your lies, your clout chasing, your super fan shit going on, but I have my cousin. I have it all. And there's an intricate piece to the puzzle, and that's this man on the screen. And I'm going to say this and close out. I got to say this because the terrorists and the haters and detractors and those who sit and listen to my every word and follow my lead and clout chase and bite my style and try to steal my swag. Something was said on another show about a month ago or less. And I'm going to repeat it on here because I know how the detractors and the haters work. Listen, when they took my words out of context and tried to lie on me and say I said that my cousin was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, they played that video, didn't they? Did they play the Storm Monroe interview, though? Did they play that? Did they put that in their community? Did they talk about that? That interview was flawless. Flawless.
What interview?
But they didn't talk about that. So I know how they play. So what I have observed is that
I think he's talking about the one with Storm Monroe. Lady D?
Lord, I'm just talking and I'm on mute. I'm dang. No, Lady Earth B said that's the interview with Levi did with Storm Monroe.
Right,
So
the one.
Okay, go ahead, Tamaria.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. He's saying that the one he did with Storm Monroe, then nobody put that on they you know what I'm saying?
I wish I would have known. What was it? Can you tell me exactly what that was about?
He did the interview talking about the DOJ.
The
yeah,
judge.
yeah. The BOP, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's listen to some more, guys.
anything that is substantive or real and concrete, it'll hit them in the gut. It'll hit them. And after it hits them, they'll pretend that they're not all bent over and convulsing. Well, a little less than a month or about a month ago, this man, Larry, said on another show, he said that, well, R. Kelly reached out to me. R. Kelly reached out to me through his cousin Levi. And he asked me through his cousin Levi to connect me with him. And because of my respect for his cousin Levi, I honored that request. During that time that occurred, the rogue ex-police commissioner, several of them, after calling this man a rat, this, that, I'm gonna sodomize your kid, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do that. They knew it was checkmate. They knew, wait a minute. If this man connects with R. Kelly through his cousin, that's going to be monumental. That's going to be a game changer. I never said nothing about it. He said, R. Kelly reached out to me through his cousin Levi. And because of my respect for his cousin Levi, I honored his request. And he wasn't lying. But they don't want to talk about that, do they? They want to hide that from y'all. You know why? Let me tell y'all why. It is because they are at home in their driveways or sitting somewhere in the parking lot listening to the Super Bowl of R. Kelly's life. They're listening to it on the radio. They're not in the stadium, much less on the goddamn field. They're not even in the stadium serving drinks or pop or sweeping the goddamn floors. They're outside. They don't have no tickets to get in. But I'll close by saying this again. There are only 7 major players at this present juncture that, without a doubt,
that's why the laugh.
What these major players do, what these major players have done, is going to determine whether or not R. Kelly gets a shot at justice. Are you following me?
Wow.
You think I'm capping?
See, people miss that.
One of those major players is, in fact, on the screen. You follow me? You understand what I'm saying? Huh? You think I'm capping? One of those major players is Larry the Grown Man. And I've named the other 6, including myself. So I just gave y'all some breaking news because they want to hide it from you. Levi, his cousin, as they said, convincing his attorney to file stuff and all these goddamn lies and conjecture and innuendo based on your YouTube beefs. Who you hate, who you dislike, who you like. When my cousin gave me that request and asked me, do you think you can make that happen? I said, hell yeah, I can. Well, how? Yeah, because that man knows me as a noble man who has never threatened him or his family, who's never sat and dealt with him in a wicked way. He said, really? I said, yeah, don't worry about it. I got you. And while y'all were all on the thing, and yeah, he's a rat, and yes, she's going to file something on him. She's going to, yes, he did it. And look, y'all. He said he had bus drivers. He had this. He had.
Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me see who this is. Y'all don't know. How you know what we know? Where you come from anyway? Because obviously this is not your norm over here. So are you here to distract? Because we don't do distractions. You don't know what we know, obviously, because you wouldn't say that. Levi is not pulling nothing over no one eyes over here. That's why I keep trying to tell you people. We know what we're doing over here. I'm playing this for a reason for those that understand. I'm not repeating it again. So I don't know what's up with that, but please stop. Because you're not telling us anything we don't already know. Seriously, you're a distraction. For whatever reason, I don't know why. This is to support Robert Sylvester Kelly. What is the problem? We don't have no personal feelings over here. It's not warranted. We're not in prison. So anyone that's shedding light on the injustice, what is the problem? I don't get it. Who cares if the right information is being spewed? Who cares who's spewing it? Because we know the truth. So it's not like he's saying something that isn't true. If it was something not true, it wouldn't be on this channel. I don't get it. I really don't. This is all about support over here. You think I'm going to have someone on here with some BS? I know what the man is saying is real. That's why he's on here. That's why I'm sharing it. Because I already know this information. But the fact that Larry was on there admitting something we've already known, that's huge to me. And I don't know how many times I have to say that. The rest is irrelevant to me. I don't get into all that other because who cares? That's not the point. It's what's being said. Yes, he's long-winded. You see, I done forward the video 1,000 times because I can't take it. But there's information there I don't want to lose because that's what it's about. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get back to that.
And while you stupid ass people were talking that, the man was in touch with my cousin, nigga. You know why? Because I was born and raised up top, where we look down on the thing. We look down on it. You understand? We didn't run the damn streets in my youth, 21, 22, 23. I didn't run the streets. We didn't run the streets. We ran the streets. We ran the streets at our part of town on the west side. So write it down, spread the word. Levi said it, play it back as you always do. Play it on your lives and say you hear what he said because it's the damn truth. And there's nothing you can do about it because you don't know my cousin. Never did, never will. But yes, I made that.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. If you're a relative to someone, everyone knows you are. I mean, if you're a real relative, you don't have to keep stating who that person is to you. I don't understand people like that, but that's okay. I just had to say that. I just
he just doing that because he know that it gets under the people's skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's doing that because of that reason.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Because damn, it's still working my damn nerve. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
If you listen hard enough, I saved them things. You heard me? You feel me? Shit. I'm a doer. We're doing. Y'all are following. I heard someone say the other day, he's feeding him, he's selling him dreams. Well, let me tell you something, woman. The woman who does witchcraft and calls on Jesus and old ass goddamn clout chasing, celebrity chasing ass woman. Let me explain something to you very clearly. You can play my words and try to take them out of context. You can continue to be upset because I've informed and put my cousin up on all you bitches.
He said celebrity chase.
Tell you something. You could never say what me and my cousin got going on. Never. You know why? You're not privy to our conversations. You're not privy to what we talk about. You don't know shit. You can only speculate and try to decipher my words, but I want you to decipher the ones I just spoke. Decipher that shit and play it on your channel.
Oh, wow.
Larry wasn't lying when he
D
said,
they say he
R. Kelly reached out to me through his cousin Levi.
Oh my God.
And because of my respect for Levi, I honored his request. Play that shit on your goddamn channel. You ain't gonna play it. You know why you don't want to play it? Because you don't want to let your people know how much power Levi got in this motherfucker.
Oh my Lord.
You don't want to let your people know that there's not a person on the planet. No names in my chat, please, with all due respect. There's not a person on the planet outside of his significant other, one-time other girlfriend, and his attorneys that my cousin has spoken with the most. That's reality. Get mad. Go crazy over that shit. Put on Prince's song, Let's Go Crazy, and go jump out a goddamn top window or something. Break your neck. But that's facts. And they're so upset at that. While they're over there talking about this man's a rat and Larry did it and that. You stupid motherfuckers didn't know that the man was in touch with the man.
Come on now there.
Because of the man in the middle. He was in touch with him. And listen, y'all ain't seen shit yet. Now, is that breaking news? Could you imagine it? Y'all sitting up here doing video. Yeah, he did this, he did that. A bunch of goddamn liars and slanderers and clout chasing, trying to take out your YouTube beefs and your dislike for people by interfering in Robert Kelly, my cousin's cases, but it'll never happen again. I'll put an end to all that shit. All of it. Trust me. Strangers. Bunch of damn strangers. Let me answer Sister Truth Oko real quick before I get out of here. And I'm not going to be long. let me answer Sister Truth real quick. Truth Oko. She says, I completely disagree, Levi. Kels had issues before the Clarys. Did you and I and everybody in this goddamn chat, all 225 people watching us, did we all have issues?
That's right, we all got
before that situation at the Dolphin Hotel or Survivor? Did we all have issues going back 10 years, 8, 12, 20? Have we all not had issues? What are you talking about, Miss Truth?
Huh.
Jojo said, rooftop looker. Right, word. Listen, Miss Truth, I'm not even going to go down that road because I'll finish this tomorrow, but I have to say this to you. Whatever issues he had, that does not negate the fact that a man that you represented for and believed in for years came up with the idea to use his minor child, precious little daughter, for bait against a grown man. And then after he bit the bait, thinking she was 18, convinced that she was 18, which I don't agree with, that man that you believed for all those years worked his plan, and he worked it to the point where it got down to the finish line. And I know that man popped bottles and celebrated that R. Kelly did not have adequate legal representation. But I'll say it to you again. I completely disagree, Levi. Kells had issues before Jane Doe number 5. Listen, man, whatever issues he had, this is a legal situation. And what I got, and what the grown man got, and what my cousin got, and what this one got and that one got.
Oh my God, I can't stand the damn
It's gonna change this whole entire dynamic. Because guess what, Miss Truth? Cole, I don't care if he had issues before, after, they're gonna have them. In America, you cannot set a person up and by doing so have that person incarcerated unjustly, unconstitutionally, and illegally. However,
just that simple.
Come on.
In order for my cousin to walk out of them gates, there's a 5-step plan. We had 2. A 5-step plan. And part of that plan is that the same way that they condemned him, lied on him, slandered him, lynched him in a court of public opinion, I am charged with the responsibility of going into the court of public opinion and explaining to the world how he was set up.
Thank you.
With his permission.
Thank you.
Using his own words to his cousin. Using that which has been deposited that I've been entrusted with by him and from him. No one else. That's one of the steps. And when that occurs, those parents will not be able to show their faces in public.
Wow.
You can expect for there to be an outcry from the halls of justice, the White House, the Senate, the Congress, in the streets, in the hood, in the suburbs, all over the world. You could never expect grown man is here. You can never expect, one second, bro, and I'm gonna let you close it. You can never expect
I'm gonna come off.
For that to occur unless the truth, Miss Truth, is known. I saw Tasha K interview the other day, and the 2 guys interviewing Tasha K, they didn't know none of this.
They sure didn't. That was a
people don't know none of this. None of them. Nobody's talking to my cousin. I am.
You talking about 12 years old? Yeah, that was low down.
So I'm gonna give grown man the flow as long as he wants, and I'm gonna sit back and listen. Then we're gonna close it out. Go ahead, grown man.
Arguing with each other.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? I've been watching your live. Let me quit. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well.
Okay. Let me start here. I watched that docu-series and I watched it with my family. I had just bought an 85-inch TV and we was all sitting around watching it. And at the time I was a huge R. Kelly fan. Like, people even went into my Instagram and found me making posts about R. Kelly. Like, he the best singer ever. So I've been to R. Kelly concerts. I've been to a lot of them, especially in Atlanta. I don't think he ever came to Atlanta. I didn't go. I've been in Chicago. So when I watched the docu-series and I seen these parents crying, when I seen them throwing rocks at the windows and I seen the daughter, and you know, his daughter was the same age as my daughter, and my daughter, we was living in Las Vegas and she was just starting to meet friends out here and was going outside, and you know, kind of resonated. So I reached out to him. I didn't know that he was in Las Vegas. And then when I met him, I never witnessed this, but he said that he had a foundation or a program to where he basically took at-risk adults that had committed felonies and gave them an opportunity to work. And he took them around the country to do concrete work. So I was like, man, you know, you should come over, because at the time, you know, this is before I'm indicted. And the actual video where R. Kelly is saying, they should have came at me 30 years ago, where he's at having that under that tent, that is in one of my best friends' parking lot at a nightclub that he owns. Ex-NFL NBA player that played 18 years in the league. So I told him, I'm like, man, come over here. Like I know people, like this can't be this serious. I know people. I know like people with, I know people in sports. I know people in politics. I know people in the streets. I know really, really people in the streets. Sure enough, I got a couple of favors out there. So you come over here and I'm going to reach out into the brain and system of Chicago, and I'm going to attempt to, locate your daughter, which I did. I'm going to attempt to see if I can get his people on the phone, which would not be hard for me at the time. And I did. I reached out to certain people, and those people was like, you don't know everything. Mind your business. He rose with the police. Do you really want to get involved? You know how you live in, So I just was like, I told him, I said, man, you're going to have to do this on your own, but you don't need to let the docuseries die. So he said all of this as he's been on channels, that all of the information I got came from him. And that's true. I didn't know who these people were. I didn't know who the Mayweathers were. I didn't know who Cheryl Mack was. I didn't know. Like, I watched YouTube. I researched articles. I pretty much started my channel based upon who was all involved. I ended up talking to the Savages. And pretty much the construct was there from that point on. And basically it was a Instagram thing for a year. And then it became a YouTube thing. Of course, you met all of the bloggers along the way. They feel one way, you feel another. Okay. Then it got weird. The first thing that it got weird about was the manager for R. Kelly is arrested by one of the fathers of one of the girls that's still at the house, the Savages. He's in jail. And behind the scenes, publicly wasn't nothing being said, but behind the scenes, it was a war because Tim put him in jail for threatening him over the phone. And the parent is on the other parents is on the phone. The man said he didn't threaten him. Tim said he did. The parent took the manager's side against Tim, and his daughter is with him in the at the Trump. So it kind of was difficult to understand because it doesn't matter. You don't know this man. You know this man. You're on interviews with this man. You are on TV with this man. You're on a television show with this man. You at award shows with this man. Did not make a lot of sense. And I questioned, and it just went against the narrative of, it just compiled on the narrative of it's everything against the Savages at all times. I didn't take that approach. The Savages will tell you. I was told not to tell the Savages anything because they talk too much and they'll run to social media with anything that you tell them.
Wow.
That's what I was told. But their daughter is involved, so I told them everything every time. But I did not understand this, and it was a situation where that manager was pressuring that parent to write a letter to the court where he was asking him to come down there to the court to get his charges throughout, saying that he did not hear Tim, basically threaten him over the phone. And then it ended up being a letter, but the letter deemed insufficient. Anyway, neither here nor there. Tim ended up dropping the charges and letting him out of it years later or whatever. What bothers me about this, and I'll go into like what happened with the attorney, but what bothers me about this is a lot of people that know me, that's close to me, they know that I went to Alabama State and my major was computer science. And after 3 years of going to school and getting into my actual major classes, I locked down a job working for Dell, pertaining to the IBM processors because I was A+ certified. So my job there was to troubleshoot. My job was, if a company called and they said that their system went down, I was deemed with the task of figuring out what was wrong with their system over the phone. So it required a lot of computer research. It required a lot of things to do with gigs and startup and just basically first in code type situations. And it would take days. Sometimes it would take 15 minutes. But that was my job as being a troubleshooter. And I was real good at that job until they sold the company. When it comes to this,
what's up, Scott? Okay, I got it, Scott. He'll be right back, y'all. He'll be right back. And I'm glad this happened, which I'll explain it to him when he gets back. However, while he's gone, I want to address something that Miss Teresa Jones, how you doing, dear, said. And I believe that your question is sincere, and I would never disrespect you. I believe it was a honest, sincere question. You asked, why didn't you do your research before listening to these people's lies? Sweetheart, with all due respect, that's why it's called a lie. That is why it's called a lie. You can't research a lie. You cannot research someone who tells a story. The only research you can do is speak with my cousin. And when you speak with him, he's going to tell his side, perhaps. Speak with Jane Doe number 5. When you speak with her, she's going to tell her side, perhaps. Meaning what? Didn't they try to tell their side to Gayle King? So you can't research a lie. Now, for women who meet men, yes. And men who meet women. You can do research as best you can to see if they have a criminal record, messing with kids, this, that, and the third. You feel me? Larry's back. Let me say this to the young lady real quick. But you can't research a diabolical lie. What did the daughter tell Gayle King? Says shit. She said, I'm lying. She said, no. She let Gayle King know you ain't never in your life met a liar.
You sure did.
Like my father.
She
and
did.
That's a fact. And listen, this is me talking.
She sure did.
That is a fact. That man lied from the beginning to the end and even got to the door, the threshold, the finish line. And I know he got on his knees and thanked God or thanked Satan that my cousin had inadequate legal representation that would have brought him and his wife into that courtroom. Also, Larry, before you speak, I just want to say 1 second. Before you speak, per our conversation, and you do what you want to do, but per our conversation, I would prefer that you do not discuss anything pertaining to your as far as what conversations took place, what's going on between you, my cousin, his attorney, or anyone else. Because guess what? It's none of their business. None of it is their business. So I can only suggest that to you, that I would prefer if you, like you said, He reached out to his cousin reached out to me. That's that. But anything else as it pertains to what conversations took place and none of that is none of their business. Because all they want to do is try to take and twist and slander the this, the that, the third. It's none of y'all goddamn businesses what R. Kelly has going on with this man, me, or anyone else. And that's why I'm going to leave it on my channel. But if you understand...
I'm cool with that shit. I don't have to know long as it's in a positive situation and he on his way up out of there. I don't give a damn. Just tell me the date. I'm going to keep it real.
Well, I'll say this. I'm reading the comments. I shouldn't do that.
Exactly.
Let me say this. I'm not privy to the other cases. I can only read it. Whatever he did or whatever he's convicted upon, I don't have the evidence to pit against that. But I do have the evidence to pit against this.
Come on now.
Miss Jones, you were on social media the same as I was. You wouldn't have the information that you have right now if it wasn't for me. You wouldn't even be talking about any of this if it wasn't for me. Okay? You wouldn't. Mr. Kelly wants everything on the table. He's been convicted. The actual case, I'm not involved. I don't care about it. I am looking for the truth. I don't like wasting my time. I don't like lying to people. I don't. So Mr. Keller, I can't agree with that either. Let's get it. Let's put some meat on the bone right quick. Because it is a comment under my last video. I won't mention that young lady's name, but I told her I would address this. When you say a Cheryl Mack and the Mayweathers and other people, Levi, I want to ask you a question. Is it possible that these people could have easily been in the RICO?
100%, without a doubt.
Okay, did they book tickets? Did they watch these females for R. Kelly?
Absolutely.
Allegedly?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you tell me that the evidence tips highly in the favor of Jane Doe number 5, reason that she was convicted, I look at that as pressurized testimony. And let me explain that. The testimony is not physical. I could actually go into both of their testimonies and show you where they lied.
But we already
I can also question why wasn't they indicted in the racketeering indictment? They booked tickets. They was there. They acknowledged that it was a minor and that they were breaking the law for carrying orders. But now you're on the stand and you're saying that, hey, my boss is a monster. And it's all eyewitness accounts. It's nothing physical. Now, them being in the text messages saying, why didn't the parents keep her? Why are they letting her come back? Why didn't you go to the police? You're driving. You're in control. Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Because
if you are the manager and you're booking the tickets, why did you go to the authorities? So when I see you take the stand and say, hey, I witnessed this, and it's all eyewitness testimony, and none of it is physical. And I think about what could have been the reality and the possibility for you of being in a RICO, I would look at that as pressurized testimony. I actually look at the parents and the daughter as pressurized testimony. I think that it's a lot more to this case than what we would probably ever know, than that would probably ever be released. And when you talk about what I didn't know, I can tell you firsthand that there's a lot of things that Mr. Kelly didn't know. So if he don't know, how in the fuck do I supposed to know?
Come on now.
And I'm sitting right next to the man. Okay? It's a lot that he doesn't know. It's a lot that his new attorney didn't know. Okay? It's a lot that these people don't know.
And if I may say something real quick.
He fired his attorneys.
Go ahead.
He came with new attorney. The attorney did the best job that he could. The judge was completely on his attorney's side. That's what I'm reading. If you were in court and you was privy to other things that the stenographer missed, or things that happen in court that's not in the transcripts, which I don't even see how that's possible, but you should know that when they were, how can I put this? This case was put together one way, but it played out another way. That's another question. Why did you wait so long to telling this? It's because I'm telling you this as I'm learning this. This requires reading. This requires, you remember, hold on, you remember the old saying? If you want to hide anything from anyone, put it in a book. This is not me telling you something that I know that everyone else don't know. No, this is their words versus the testimony versus the text message.
That's right. He's reading.
That is what I'm telling you. There is no something I knew. I didn't know them in 2015. I was completely not around. I didn't know them in 2017. But I can look at the date on a police report. I can look at the signatures on a permission slip. I can look at what they said in court versus what they said on text messages. I can look at what they said in interviews versus what was said in the text messages. I can look at the cross-examination testimony, and I can look at what they said in direct. Why is that so unreal to you? It requires reading. If you sit up and you accuse someone of doing something and you have no merit, after about 3 times of doing that, people are going to call you a liar. Okay? They're going to call you a liar. Of course, it was people running around here. They did this and they did that. But what proof did you have? Some people said that they had a different version of the text message. Have anyone in the chat seen that? Some people said that they knew certain things that other people was privy to. Ask them why they didn't tell you.
Yes, and you answered that question, but you're doing something that you've always admonished me for, and that is looking in the chat because people. Yeah, it's cool, but I want to say this real quick. Answer 2 quick things, then you got the flow back. For one, you know, I don't. There's a passage in the Holy Quran from a spiritual perspective where God says, those who see wrongdoing and literally shake their head and say, wow, that's a shame, is favored by Almighty God Allah.
Levi, let me address one more thing, and I promise I won't say nothing else.
No,
I promise. Someone just said that's a lot of time and energy spent on something you can't do nothing about. Miss Goddess, you want to bet?
Exactly. This is the thing.
Right. Do you want to bet?
Oh,
exactly.
One thing about me is that I'm very, very, very extremely resourceful. and I do read a lot. Ask my people. I read hundreds and hundreds of books. Even while I was in there, I read to this day. Do you want to bet? Okay. Cool. Do you want to bet?
Okay.
You know, this is a nation of, what you say, Levi? A nation of whatever the fuck.
Vipers and wolves.
You know, so I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna keep figuring things out. I'm staying away from that law stuff and what happened at court, and you know, I'm staying away from that. That's over my. I'm not a lawyer. You know, I can only tell you when someone is lying. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the floor back.
But hold on. Based on past events, I'll take that bet. Them past events wasn't based upon me. They wasn't based upon me.
Listen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You see, right. First of all, these are people, terrorists, most of them, which is sad, who want to know. I'm gonna show y'all something. When a person says that's a lot of time and energy spent on something you can't do nothing about, that is me being raised up top. I get that. Yes, they're expecting this person, whoever it is, one of the terrorists. Yes, I can do something about it. Let me show you and tell you what I'm doing. See, that's the trick. They are so curious, inquiring and tossing and turning at night. They can't sleep. They can't eat. I can't sleep, baby. I can't eat. Baby.
Oh my God, that's why this damn
they can't sleep. They can't eat because they're trying to see what's going on. They don't know. I just told them there's only 7 major players in this. Really 5 major players and 2 criminals and maybe 3. But getting back to my point, this is why I gave a grown man the floor exclusively, because I thought about it. There's no in the world.
It ain't exclusive, nigga. It ain't exclusive.
Well, I gave you the floor. I gave you the floor. Yeah, I know I'm me talking, but I'm gonna be quiet. But I gave you the floor because I did not want to get into this kind of stuff.
Well,
no.
Okay.
Can I
now look? I'm sorry for addressing the chat, right? But
yeah.
You can't neglect your chat. Like, did you see what Pashley Fine wrote? She said, I'm not gonna say his name, but R. Kelly and so are loyal to each other. That's why they don't fully throw each other under the bus. They both threw the savages under the bus. That's not true based upon what I know.
Okay, and this is what I'm saying, bro, is that they want to know what you know. And what you know.
I didn't tell them what I know. I just told them that I know shit that they don't know.
Absolutely. But getting back away from the chat, which those who
perfect example of distraction. You see this? These people are putting out information is not new to us, but you had a lot of people that was following this little grown man boy. It's important what he say. He's letting them know. He's not educating us. We're not stupid. He's not telling us nothing we don't already know. But he has caught up to where we are. And he's letting everyone know. No matter what that man did or y'all thought he did, he didn't do this one. And that's the focal point. I don't know why everyone is missing that. The rest does not matter. It's what this man is saying. He's confirming everything we already know. But there's a lot of them out there don't know what we know. They believe how he thought it was. So he's clearing it up. But instead of people giving them props for doing it, you're getting negative distractions because no, what are you doing? You don't change their minds. No, leave them. No, that's what's happening. But see, we true blues, you couldn't do that to us. Now he's where we are. You see, they cannot make that man change his mind because now he knows what we know. That's the point.
is those who put comments that's worth putting on the screen, I will. But this is why. See, one thing I'm totally against, I can't do no more, is go back with people who want to distract and raise arguments while I sit on here to 3 and 4 in the morning going back and forth. There was a time that Mr. Keller's comment would have had me all up in arms for 2 or 3 hours going back and forth. He says the daughter said on Gayle King she didn't have sex with R. Kelly until 18, which is a lie. Mr. Keller.
Hold on. Let's stop right there, Levi. Hold on. Before you address that, let me put a little stank on it. She also said on Gayle King that she was collecting pictures and video for her parents, and then her parents ended up calling them, threatening them, and she said she was 18, and she testified under oath to that.
Absolutely. But the problem I have with the statement is that, which is a lie. The daughter said on Gayle King she didn't have sex with R. Kelly until 18, which is a lie. I will no longer entertain on Levi for Kelly individuals' own opinions who were not there, who are basing.
Hold on, Levi. Me and you, we finna get into some things. Can you prove that? Can you prove without a shadow of a doubt, Mr. Keller, that Mr. Kelly has sex with Jane Doe number 5 before she turned 18?
Thank you.
It's a simple question.
What physical evidence do you have?
Come on now,
None.
Larry. Tell us.
What physical evidence do you have?
Zero.
Tell me.
Zero.
I'm pretty sure R. Kelly have done some things, this and that. I've seen him done some things. He knows that I know that I think that he is not innocent. But in this circumstance, I believe that he is. Can you tell me before she turned 18, is there video? Is there DNA? Is there an eyewitness? Is there something to tell you? And then listen, we finna go there because he's sitting at a trial, facing charges for fucking with the minor. Yes, he probably wanted to get up and say, that's a motherfucking lie. So even the story about he ate my ass and then we went to dinner. Well, tell me what happened for the rest of the night. Because by looking at those text messages, it seems to me like you went back and you went to sleep. And you didn't get up to even go to school the next day.
Come on, Larry, educate.
But he couldn't stand up in court under trial, facing charges to face a minor, to get up and say, this shit's some bullshit.
Come on.
And can I say this? I must add, and this is why I made this exclusively for grown men, because I'm not entertaining BS. I must add that if you want to rely on what text messages confirm, what the parents and the father said as it pertains, this is what he said.
Hold on, Levi. He just said that, yes, they talked about abortion via text message with each other that was brought up in a trial. Where? Send me the page. Where's that? Send me the page. I don't have that. I haven't read that. I haven't read that text message.
But in addition to that, for those like Mr. Keller who want to rely on the text messages, the father said that he and the wife discovered text messages and stuff in the phone. Listen, after she left, she confirmed that they were text messaging him. She confirmed that they were using that phone that quote unquote she left. No, she didn't leave that phone. That was the extortion phone. That was the phone and the iPad.
Come on now.
That was the proof of when we ask for this and that, you better do it. When we ask for you to stop by and deposit $5,000 in this bank account, you better do it, because that was the extortion. Those were the extortion devices.
Now, Levi,
that we must keep in our possession.
That makes sense, guys.
Okay.
You guys agree with what he just said?
Do I believe that he has sex with her every?
Do you guys agree with what Larry just said? Because there weren't any video, you know.
Right. They're just going
right?
off.
That
Right.
makes a lot of sense, guys, what this man is saying. That really does. And
Right.
she really did mention about how her parents, because she was crying on Gayle King when she was saying it, right? No. Remember she was talking about what all they wanted her to do? When she was talking to Gayle King the first time?
First interview she did, she was on that. She said that her parents told her to do that. Let me teach you.
Exactly.
Because Gayle King was trying to convince everybody that she was lying or saying that your father, she was like, my father, he's a liar.
Yeah. Sure did. Let's finish this. This is it right here, man. This is exactly.
First day and every day going forward? Yes. But can you prove it in court? No.
Come on, Larry.
That's my point. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, let me say this.
No, hold on. He's under the impression that she's 18. Is he in there fucking his ass off the first night and every day going forward? And every time he's seen her little ass? Yes, of course. He's under the impression she's 18. She's not saying no. She's not saying, Mom, I want to come home. The man keeps trying to fuck me. And she's not saying any of that. None of that is going on. I'm having fun. I did this. He said this. You do this. We're going here. We're doing this. It comes off as she is happy. If she is happy and his dick slamming going on, obviously he did. But it's under the impression that she is 18 years old. But even then, knowing that under 18, can you prove it? Do you have the physical evidence to prove it? Do you have the physical evidence to charge me? You're assuming that I did these things based upon picture and video that was captured at the time when she was 17, but she testified under oath that she was getting the video and the pictures for the parents for blackmail. Okay? Okay? If I tell you I'm 18, the police tell you I'm 18, you're flying through the fucking airport, you're here for months, your parents is cool with it, what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? There is no video, there's no pictures in here, except for the pictures and videos that you took and sent the motherfuckers to your parents. Do you understand that the man, listen, I don't care what he did in the other cases. He's already sitting in jail for 30 years. Let me tell you this. Do you understand that in this portion of the case, the man is sitting in jail based upon pictures that the parents and the father used to blackmail him? When the people came to talk to them, they gave him the pictures that they blackmailed him with, man.
Could you understand that, man? Could you further expound on that and explain that? Because a lot of people don't understand that.
Listen, it's more in Canic's testimony twice on 2 different days. He reiterated this. He said
something from the middle. That's not what you do. You
were taking pictures and videos at the behest of your parents to blackmail Robert. She says yes. They elaborate on it the next day. He said yesterday, we talked about the pictures and the video. It came to a point where you wasn't willing to send these pictures and videos to your parents for blackmail. Why did you do that? At that point, I know without a shadow of a doubt that the parents are in possession of picture and video of R. Kelly in uncompromising positions, as we learn now, with a minor. If you go to the Tampa interview with the wife, she's telling the lady on the news that we have been in contact with the FBI and we turned over everything that we found in her phone. That is a motherfucking lie. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that not a lie?
Absolutely.
You might hate me, but am I wrong?
It's the truth. We turned over what we found in her phone, even though the truth of the matter is that it was their phone that they were using to gather information, pictures that they can use against him just in case it doesn't go like the way they want it to go. And sure enough, after Mr. Savage raised hell all over the place, when the father found out he could not maintain He could not police or keep Mr. Savage in check. When it got so bad that it got big, sure enough,
boy,
now I want to talk about how we found
negative stuff.
Listen to me. We found text messages in her phone. No, hell no. Whose text messages? If you look at the transcripts, I can put it, not the transcripts, in the text messages, 233A, at the beginning, right before the meeting at the Dolphin Hotel, the mother asked the daughter, did you send a pic today? Now, understand something. I'm about to give Larry the floor. At that time, Jane Doe number 5 had never corresponded with R. Kelly, never text messaged R. Kelly, never had a conversation with R. Kelly, never sent R. Kelly a pic. She didn't even have his number that day. So when the mother says to her, did you send a pic today? Your father's waiting for you. He'll tell you where to go. Did you send a pic today? Was she asking her that you send R. Kelly a pic today? Hell no, because she didn't have R. Kelly's number.
I ain't doing nothing.
Did you send a pic to who?
Everybody in there grown.
To your father. And Jane Doe testified in the letter. She said the pictures that I was sending him in tights.
Less for me to do.
Tights are those things you buy from the Korean, the Chinese dollar, the Chinese beauty supply store that shows a young girl's or a woman's shape, like yoga pants, and crop tops with your navel and your stomach and your breast out, according to her letter. And the text messages corroborate. They were the ones taking the damn pictures, telling her how to pose, bend over. We don't like that one. So it was, according to the text messages, and I'm not going to say allegedly, the father who was the one choosing what pictures to send him. What the hell you mean? Did you send a pic today? They were sending pics even in real time, even as she's driving, as she's at school. You send the pic to your father, we'll review it, and we'll send it to him. Now, it comes a point in the text messages early on where she says, oh, shit, this man is trying to FaceTime me. Meaning what? Rob was trying to FaceTime to see, who am I? Is this you? Hit the FaceTime button. She wouldn't hit it. She wouldn't hit it because the daughter wasn't on the other end of the phone. So to Mr. Keller, and I'm about to turn the floor back over to Larry before we get out of here. I have to say this to you, brother. No longer will I entertain conjecture, innuendo, what you think, what you feel. If you're going to come on Levi for Kelly and say the daughter said on Gayle King she didn't have sex with R. Kelly until 18, which is a lie, when you take that part, which is a lie, if you cannot substantiate that, if you were not there, if you cannot confirm that she did, not based on what she say, then it will no longer be accepted on Levi for Kelly. We're not dealing with speculation. We're not dealing with that. But I'm going to tell you what we are dealing with. We're dealing with the actual facts of what's in the documents. We're not dealing with nothing else on Levi for Kelly. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not wasting my time because that's a hell of an accusation. And in addition to that, 10 more seconds, I'm going to turn it over to him and we're going to close out. And that is this. If you say, she said on Gayle King that she didn't have sex with R. Kelly, which is a lie, in our system of jurisprudence, in our country, in our whole justice system, how it works is that because the jurors were not there, the defense attorneys were not there, the prosecutors were not there, the judge was not there, the onlookers, let me finish this real quick. The onlookers were not there. The people in the chat were not there. No one was there. All we can do is base our belief on what a witness says based on their credibility. So when Jane Doe number 5 sits on the stand and she's asked, when did you discover your mother was text messaging the defendant? She says later on, but the text messages confirm that's a damn lie.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, everything that she speaks after that,
I don't see what they're getting.
I must question her credibility. I can't believe it because, Mr. Keller, when a person is guilty of any crime, if you witness any crime, God forbid, if you are a victim of any crime, you ain't got to lie when you take the stand. There's no reason to lie. I'm going to turn it over to Larry, but you can just tell it how it went. But that young lady sat there throughout her whole testimony, trying to cover up for her parents' Skylife, lying for her parents' Skylife, such to the extent, Skylife, she said that she was the one who came up with the idea to tell him she was 18, trying to absolve her parents from that. Until he poured out the notes of what she told the investigators, the federal authorities initially. She said, my parents told me to tell him I was 18. Caught her in another lie. So anything she says, as far as I'm concerned, is not credible. I'll be quiet.
Right. That's right.
Okay, text message number 7260. R. Kelly sent the picture to the mother. First of all, let's just go through this shit because it's going to be actually funny. Now, remember that we're under the presumption of reading the testimony that she doesn't know that her mother is texting back and forth with R. Kelly. At some point, she finds out and takes over the conversation. That's a lie. Actually, R. Kelly is still texting the mother, and the mother is relaying the mother the text messages through these text messages. And she says,
through text messages,
sent that this morning. So she sent the picture to her. So you got to play cool. She said, he's so fine. Levi, what does he's so fine? What does that mean?
Well, the chick say that about me. I know I'm hitting it. Shit, that's all.
Okay, on page 777 of the direct testimony, when they ask her,
brutal, but I want
to turn back to when one of the defendant associates gave you the defendant's telephone number. Were you interested in the defendant romantically? She testified, I was not.
Stop, back up, and but read what she said in the text message one more time.
The mother said he sent that this morning. So you got to play cool. She said, he's so fine.
There we go. Another lie.
Okay. So if she's saying that he's so fine, but they're asking her under oath, are you interested in the defendant romantically? She said, I was not. Okay. She said, you testified that you did try to contact him by sending a text message. I did. Why did you try to reach out? Because he could critique my musical skills, which I understand that. That's fair. How did you get in touch with the defendant? I eventually had a FaceTime with him because I didn't know if it was necessarily just someone from his entourage who was trying to take advantage of me. And when I did FaceTime him, in fact, it was him. That is another lie.
Outright lie.
That is another lie. I want to read that again.
Outright lie.
Listen, this could go on all night, but I know you're going to get off here. But when you read, you learning shit. But you gotta read with purpose. It's a such thing as reading like, oh man, we're gonna read this today. We're gonna read it. No, you have to read with purpose. Okay. So how did you eventually get in touch with the defendant? Everyone in the chat that don't like me, listen to this. I eventually had a FaceTime with him because I didn't know if it was necessarily just someone from his entourage who was trying to take advantage of me. And when I did FaceTime, it was in fact him. So the mother just said in the text messages that he sent the picture. And she set it up to go up there. The plan is in place. Where it is, don't take nobody with you. If you do, take Mia. All of this, meet your daddy first. He expecting this, and that. Don't drink nothing. Don't take no drinks. If he would get no respect for you, and we would get nothing done for your music, you have to be serious. Let him know you was just like he was trying to get on. All of these different things.
Those text messages were explosive. I mean, we were just going on, just things weren't adding up and was putting our own conclusion. But to see them text messages, bam, it was more than what we even had. We could not have guessed what came. Oh God, that was unbelievable. Those text messages were just awful.
Okay. And I'm gonna stop right there. Not gonna go on with this shit all night.
Yeah,
I know we got shit we gotta do. Not gonna go on with this shit all night.
Trust me, it can.
Hey guys, whoa, we already. So you got the gist. That's what it was all about. Mrs. Clay, you still with us? Mrs. Clay, I didn't think she was. You know, you got the gist of why I came on. I think I'm gonna change this title so these people know that this is Larry Little Man. I got Little Boy something. I never get it right, but I'll get it right for the title. Admitting, you know, that after him doing his own reading, what we read, and he's saying R. Kelly, he knows he was set up. Bottom line. And that was the whole purpose, guys, of everything that you've heard. The point that he wasn't educating us, but that man has a lot of followers, that people, what they call opposition, that was behind him and his flight to destroy this man, to get him where he is. So don't get it twisted. We know that. But what's people got to get, he's coming out saying, wow, he was acting, from what I got, from the place that he believed, what's this name? The Savage guy. What was that dude's name? He believed him when he came to him about his daughter. So he was reacting off of emotion.
Angelo Clary.
Yeah, Angelo. He believed. So this is where, so once he, I don't know what got to him to make him stop, what shook him to really start digging deep and really start reading. I don't know what shook him to do it, but I thank God for leading him there. Because now he's on here talking. You don't know who's watching this. Who this is, all these people that believed him and was behind him with that flight and was saying how much they hate this man because of what they thought he was putting out was true. And come to find out, it was all a lie. And he's publicly saying it was an all lie. Basically, he was bamboozled by the father. Basically. So that was the whole point. All that other and in between and all the comments some of you guys was making in reference to his character and things he's done, that wasn't the point, because we're not lost over here when it comes to Larry or Levi. That wasn't the point. I wanted to be clear. Listen to this man saying, we messed up. This man is innocent, regardless what you felt for him or whatever you think he was guilty of. He's not guilty for this. That was tonight's point, which I've been saying it since day one. He didn't have to. He didn't. You guys keep forgetting. This wasn't Bob next door. This was a mega star. He was a top of his game at that time. Why would he have to do so? That's why Larry, he tripping himself. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And Levi is absolutely right. Once you caught lying on that witness stand, your whole damn testimony is tainted. You're no longer credible. They might as well get your ass off the stand. Because that testimony should be erased. But no, they ran with it. And now they want to give her how much money? This is what he's bringing to light. It's all a lie. It was all staged, which that we already know that. So guys, I cannot believe. I don't think I've ever had a live That was almost 4 hours. So I know it'll never be seen. So thank you guys so much for hanging. But that was the purpose of tonight. We know Larry's role. We know that wasn't it. You guys keep missing it because you always into the distractions, the messy part. I've told you I'm never about that part. I'm about the real. It's all about the real for me. I knew what was being said was the truth because I followed it. And to hear it from someone that was totally against him, that was huge to me. And I wanted to share it. That's all. That's all it was. Have an awesome rest of your evening. I'm going to bed. I cannot believe I've been on here this long, but it was well worth it to me. Tamaria, thank you so much for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. I had more people over here today for some reason. I had in a long time. It was so nice seeing you. Chatting with you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lady D. Thank you for bringing this to your channel.
Oh, I had to. That's why I didn't want them to get distracted about who was speaking. That wasn't the point. And I hope you guys got it. This is huge. Because imagine the people that's going to be coming after him. What are you doing? What are you smoking? Are you drunk? Were you drunk? What are you talking about? He's guilty. But because he did his research, they cannot change his mind. Just like they couldn't change ours. Because we know this man is innocent. And there's just there's no wavering from that. Unless you put proof on the table. That's why he told the guy. The guy made the comment where she lied. She was under 18. He told him, show me the proof. Were you there? Do you have some sort of, what type of samples do you have? Because that's right. Everybody wanted to be matter of fact about this man's case and didn't have a shred of evidence.
Right.
Nothing but lies. And you knew they were lying. They were exposed in the court. But you guys still held on and wanted to fight for them. No, not over here. Not over here. Have an awesome rest of your night, rest of your week, guys. And I hope to see you guys back here on Sunday. You know what we do on Sunday. I chat. And we have to do our prayer for Robert Sylvester Kelly and for all of you. So I'm going to chime off of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. But I hope you got where I was coming from. Leave me a comment or something. Comment on the video. We'll talk about it next time I come on. How about that? All right. Thanks to Maria for hanging on the panel. Thanks
You're welcome, Lady D.
All the ones I didn't say a shout out to. I missed you, but I'm happy you guys were able to join, and I hope you got my point. Have a good one, guys. I'm signing out.